All right. Good evening. Welcome to a 2024 ladder invitational for Retrance, the second Retrance tournament that Duncan is actually putting on. We have actually the final match for this week for Group A between WallKicks and Jaejo. You know, so Group A doesn't hold the record to get all 6 matches on the schedule, but by golly, they definitely win in terms of finishing up the groups almost probably in time, potentially for a tiebreaker. That may or may not come about pending the result of this race. I'm Claire Mouse. Joined with me tonight is the fetus of agents, Fear Agents, 216 podcast host, the lead creator.
Former.
The list goes on. How's it going tonight, Fear?
All of those are former. So we're playing Retrance.
We are playing Retrance.
We got Sync Start and Kakariko. That's nice. With Waterfall, our Payment Fairy here. And WallKicks going with the the traditional start at Link's house. Go get
tried and true. Yeah, tried and true to the potion shop. You know, Ethan, this is a very common one, of course, to get some Houlihan. We actually Ether Medallion already. We do have good thing we have a starting sword because we have a lot of things we can go do.
I feel like I always forgot the starting sword when I played this mode.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess this is why we have trackers. You know, if you use auto tracking, you know, every
Mm,
once in a while you glance over it. You know, and at least it's a sword, right? You can
yeah.
actually see it on the tracker. There may or may not have been some, you know, maybe pseudo boost starts where I
No,
guess it's a
right.
specific setting you have to go configure on the tracker. But if it doesn't show up, sometimes you just forget that they have it. By the way, we also have 425 rupees already on Jaejo's side. You got
Yeah,
800.
that's the benefit, right? Like of what Joe's doing is he just found money and he's not spending any time uh hula handing. But
Yeah.
money is important in this mode, so
It is, yeah. I mean, I think unlike maybe like regular cross keys, where I think actually the Houlihan start was like the thing that everybody did,
right.
especially early on, and then kind of like the meta changed a little bit. You know, now everyone wants to sync start, and you know because they don't want to know to do Link's house because you know as you mentioned before, right? If you just end up finding some random 300, you know, I think your money
Yeah.
problems are solved. Retrans though, I you know just like real life, I don't think you could ever have like too much money.
Too much
You
money,
know,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very rare that you have too much money.
Mhm.
Um but we see the uncle here. And I'm gonna trust WallKicks. I mean, he hasn't lost this season.
Correct. Yeah, WallKicks has a pristine. I believe he wrote it like X to 0. So he won all 10 races in the latter regular season, right? You know, just in order for qualification. So he's undefeated 10 and 0. He is certainly, of course, undefeated, looking at the 2-0 record in groups. And I think he's looking to extend it. I think he, you know, unofficially, he may or may not have said before this race, like he doesn't want to, you know, -1 on my record, right? You know, that would just
Yeah.
be staining. You know, we can't
Yeah.
have that. Uh, but it also should be good. So by the way, true pulls, at least tier 1 it looks like, also 20
Yeah.
rupees. I
Nice.
mean,
Really
we
nice.
have a lot of money. Oh, rupee crabs are blue. Jeez, we have a lot of stuff.
We got a bow that we can't use yet.
Mhm, mhm.
No arrows. We haven't purchased arrows yet. And then a hook shot.
Yeah, so we're actually gonna. I don't know if Jeju actually charged the stun price, but I mean, that's also another potential source of some sort of resource. Could be hearts, could be something. WallKicks
Mhm.
does not, despite living in Vegas. Maybe you know, maybe that's why he is not interested in gambling. You know, he can gamble at home. We don't need
Yeah.
to come to Hyrule to to actually go have some fun.
If you want a shield, you're gonna have to kill Aga 1 for it. So that's
Okay,
not
all
gonna
right.
happen.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a lot of effort, honestly. I mean, can't we just go find
Yeah.
another, you know, shop or something? I'm sure there are like 10 of them out there that something that
Yeah.
sells us a shield. Alright, Jeju has already found. Yeah, so he found Mini Moldorm. That was actually never next 5-item cave. He also is now finding TR, at least like the eye entrance. I mean, a little
Yeah.
dangerous.
This is a
Uh,
little like I understand wanting to do this, but he's only got the fighter sword. Okay, so he's gonna skip lava
okay,
chest.
okay, okay. You know that okay. I think that's very reasonable. As you said, fighter sword with literally nothing else. I mean, it's already at least you have a permanent weapon. But man, these pokies.
Yeah,
I don't know how good a map you are, but yeah, they're kind of scary.
I don't love coming in here just for the uh chain chomp item, but could be worse. Oh, there's our second sword.
Yeah, okay, that's a super convenient. Master Sword 3 Hearts, I mean, it is twice as better as Fighter Sword 1
That
Poke,
is
but
true.
like what is 2 times, you know, 0.00, you know, 1, whatever. You know, it's not maybe like that much
Mm,
better, but you're never gonna turn down a sword. Hey, look, we found a shield shop. Mm-hmm.
they buy that shield. So what do we got? We had a key there in chain chomps. You're gonna give us our first look at the back of Escape. We've got 3 items here. He still only has the 1 bomb. I don't think he's seen the shop yet.
Yeah, that's true. And he actually got it very fortunately. Well, I mean, we know all the pot contents, right? So he actually ended up getting it from TR their main lobby. What was it? Big key to? Big key to something.
Skullwoods. It was
Skullwoods. Thank
Skullwoods.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's one of those where it's nice to have it early
Yeah,
before you've done
and
Skullwoods.
yeah, and I don't know, depending on what the style is, or maybe how aggressive, you know, Jejo and walking like to some extent, you know, feel right. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot of bunny walking, bunny revival into Skull Woods if we ended up getting there, right? So this could be actually
Mhm.
another opportunity. Ooh, speaking of bunny walking, walking's found Meyer area already connector. Nothing really, I guess, to do much. We don't really have a mirror.
Yeah, you could take a look, see if maybe the Moon Pearl's just with like
Yeah, that's true. Could be
checkerboard or
true.
something. Yeah. Pretty quick connector though.
Yeah.
Being able to start in Kakariko is super nice, especially with these connections
Yeah.
that we've got.
Yeah. Yeah, there's. Like, yeah, like the flute obviously is one of the big items, but I mean, you have to go find the flute first.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Almost like any type of like say what Senka is in Kakariko's or near Kakariko, it's just like very convenient, right? You know, if it ends
yeah.
up like being at like the Smith house or something, right? Nah, it's more than good enough at that point.
Jaejo was opting to check out the other stuff. I think that was Hookshot Cave, right? He's got the hookshot.
Yes. I'm surprised he didn't want to go in. Maybe he wants to check other connectors. But yeah,
Yeah,
he does
but I mean, you
say.
have a start here in Kakariko, so I don't know. It feels like just follow the hookshot,
Yeah. Well, maybe he's gonna finish this part up and then
then go back.
go back. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I wasn't actually thinking like maybe he doesn't have any bombs, but no, he just literally just bought bombs, so he should have everything.
Yeah, yeah. I think he just
Yeah,
wanted
ready.
to check out these entrances before. I think he's going to do Hookshot Cave and then follow the entrance.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
see where
that
it
makes
takes
a
him.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for Jaejo, so Jaejo, and he himself, don't let like the purple chill color, fool you. He is actually incredibly formidable in terms of opponents. I mean, he is like very very good at entrance. Plays a lot of it. Certainly, I mean that's why he's here in top 16 for Retrance, and I mean, but like his tournament life is somewhat like hanging in the balance, right? So if he loses, because in this case, like because they're the last group to play, and in this case, I think because Late Bit actually just beat Specs. If he loses to WallKicks, he will be in a three-way tiebreaker race, where only one person advances. So that's gonna be a pretty tall order in order to beat out two very impressive people like Spec and Late Bit.
Yeah.
But if he just outright wins, like he just advances, with WallKicks. So it'll be, so hopefully, like I think he has a lot of incentive. I mean, I guess you always have a lot of incentive to win, but he has even more incentive
Yes.
in order to try and lock himself, as opposed to because I mean I don't know how you feel about mini big races. I don't know, but if there's like maybe big races are okay if you don't have to finish first,
Yes.
like it is beyond stressful.
Yeah, just win this one and you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only problem is you have WallKicks standing in your way.
Yeah, it's a very minor-ish, detail depending on your definition of minor.
Sure.
Yeah, of all people, if you want to say, you all gotta just win one race, and then you ask them who your opponent is, and if you say WallKicks, that's maybe not a person you're willing to. Really, I think anybody who uses that Phoenix Wright sprite, I don't think
Is
you
that
want
what
to
it
face.
is?
I mean,
it's just dangerous.
do you want to face Zelga? He's the other main entrance Phoenix Wright user.
All right, here we are into Hookshot Cave now. There's another big key that's like, it's nice to have it now. Oh man,
Actually, it looks like
that's not. You kind of have to set the room there.
Yeah, I mean, nobody has muscle memory to do hookshot fade from the top. Okay, like I mean, it's just and we didn't even need that chest to begin with. I know that a penny earned is a penny saved, etc. Something like that. Penny saved, a penny earned. Yeah, but like it's you could probably make do without that. I also didn't see what was on Spec Rock, but I know that WallKicks ended up scouting it. Maybe it wasn't anything.
It was just a heart piece, I think. Jaejo didn't even look at it, so that was our first look. And here we go, the top Dark Death Mountain. Stone Moon Pearl. I mean, we're only 10 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, we do have a connector to Dark Death Mountain, which is quite cool. So it actually looks like it's good. It's Quake. It's actually so we found Bombos for the Meyer entrance, which because WallKicks found a connector that leads out of it, we don't really care anymore. And then we have Quake, which goes in, which is actually the one medallion we don't have. Late Bit. Okay, so for reference, Late Bit is his one of his most recent matches, I believe, actually against Jaejo, was that I think he ended up spending I don't know how long, maybe at least 30 minutes or something, looking for the Spike Cave entrance that was I think Cave 45 or a C-shape house that had his Gomo TR Biki because he forgot that he didn't cross the bridge from the finals, and unfortunately that was. So I'm sorry, Lapis. That was an extremely unfortunate way to lose a match. But you know what? Maybe Jaejo, or WallKicks actually will do you a favor. Knock out Jaejo into the three-way tiebreaker, and you'll get your redemption match.
We got another big key to a
Ooh.
Hera.
It's actually pretty good, right? Because we're finding all of
Mhm.
these, like fetch quest big keys, right? I mean, Hera
Yes.
obviously is not like a, well, it is a fetch quest like for all intents for practical purposes, right? Because now we have a hookshot and everything, so
Oh yeah, we already have the hook shot. So if we
yeah.
didn't, the hook shot could be up there. But since we got the hook
Mm-hmm.
shot, yeah, having these big keys that you'd have to come back to check later before you go to the dungeons is always nice. Here's our first
Yeah.
look at lava chests. Let's see if this is anything now. These are in logic. Like the
Mm-hmm.
things
Mm-hmm.
about Retrance is the small keys are universal. So when you go to pod, all the key lock stuff is
In
theoretically in
logic.
logic. Yep.
Yeah. For better or for worse, they're all in logic.
Yep.
I mean, good thing I guess we have a lot of monies, but the bad news is we have to go find a key shop first, just like we have to go. You
Yeah, I don't think
mentioned,
we've seen
right?
one, right? We haven't
Yeah.
found
No, no, not so far. We
an
found a
arrow
couple bomb
shop
shops.
either.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to go find these, and also kind of another nice thing maybe about your universal keys is like if you come here early in cross keys, you have to go find. It's like, do I want to burn a TR key to open lava chest, or
Mm,
versus killing the pokey? But here, you know what? You're just like it's not worth your trouble, right?
yeah,
If you end
just
up
do it.
dying, like yeah, like you're the time loss is humongous,
Yep.
especially this early. You maybe don't want to put yourself in some extra, tilts that you don't need to incur, right? So just yeah, just open the
Yeah.
door. Go find a key somewhere else. You'll be fine. Worst case, you can come back to go kill the pokey with like temper sword or a fire rod. It's fine.
Simultaneous well checks from both our
Mm-hmm.
runners.
Wellness check. I approve.
See if we get anything here. Oh, the mirror. That's nice,
Ooh,
especially with all the
yeah,
Dark World stuff that we've seen. We've already seen a bunch of connectors where
yeah.
the mirror is going to be really handy. We've seen the Mire area. We saw Dark Death Mountain up on Floating Island. So
Mm-hmm.
taking that mirror early on and going back to those locations, I think would probably be a priority.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, especially for yeah, as you mentioned, like both WallKicks and Jaejo found separate Dark World connectors so far, and yeah,
Yeah.
like that mirror is quite huge. So they're gonna be able
Yeah.
to do a lot more exploration. Actually, even for Jaejo for Dark Death Mountain with a hook shot, we got a hook shot backwards,
Right.
right? Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff up there up the
Yeah,
mountain, and
I
who
think
knows?
like if I get that, I'm like I hate doing South Shore without a glove, so I'm putting South Shore off until last. Even I know like you don't need a glove for what JoJo's checking right here, but you're committing to some sort of South Shore check by
Mm-hmm.
coming all the way down here. And when I get an early mirror like that, I want to be checking like what does this mirror unlock. So if I was JoJo, I'd
Yeah.
kind of be I want to be, especially Dark Death Mountain. That opens up so much, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah. We got
With a
all of
hook
Dark Death
shot. Yeah,
Mountain.
all Dark Death
Yeah.
Mountain and Death Mountain. Speaking
Oh,
of
hey,
pod,
yeah, did you mention pod earlier? We're
and
here,
the
okay.
3
We're here
keys,
with three
so we
keys.
can
Is this gonna
check
be?
everything but one check in the big chest and of course the boss, right? So you get to choose between if you want to use all 3 keys, you could choose between Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Big Key chest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of checks though.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, and for the most part, like pod is actually. I mean, it's not like in a terrible location, especially when we get the flute later. It's just
Yeah,
it's gonna pretty fast. So I don't know if either WallKicks or JoJo is gonna be super heartbroken if they have to end up leaving. Make a decision, make your coin flip
right.
decision, and then they can just come back later. Hopefully,
Which
we'll
one
find a
would you
flute.
choose? Would you use all 3 keys?
I personally would, um, but WallKicks is just leaving
Oh, okay.
after shooter room. Okay, that
That's a
also yes,
choice.
it is.
Undefeated, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
These are
every
undefeated
single
plays.
every single thing that he does is a champions winners play because
Yeah.
he hasn't taken an L yet. Yeah. I think also, but before, like, and you mentioned before, right? Pod has a lot of checks, right? Surely, how many times have we seen, hey, this is a small key to this dungeon. Hey, there's a, hammer in Pod. Hey, there's a bow.
Yeah.
That we surely, we'll have something
We've
here. So
also seen
maybe
no, we've also seen plenty of pods that are you think should have stuff and are completely empty. So
true, correct.
I kind of like the idea of just leaving and coming back when I have all of the keys, so I don't have to make that decision. Like we're gonna stumble
Mm-hmm.
upon keys, so you can just come back and do it all. Maybe even with the big key.
Yeah, yeah, very well. Looks like Jaejo has actually made his decision. He's gonna use all his keys to do Harmless Hellway. For a 20 rupees, so maybe not necessarily like the best exchange, especially for
Yeah.
key versus money. But you know what? We're here, and Yeah, I think so far, other than like just like the money, I don't think we saw anything else that was really exciting. But you
Oh,
know what?
look at that
Hey,
glove. What did I
yeah,
say?
do you
What did I say?
that Dark Death Mountain priorities looking pretty high though, don't you think? Now we can actually go to South Shore, right? You mentioned.
Exactly. Now you
Yes.
can just combo it all together. Worked out
Now,
that
actually,
way.
okay. So Fear, would you make would you make the whole South Shore loop like Ice Rock Cave? Would you also make your way over to Zora if there's like kind of like nothing there?
Zora. Oh, there's the Meyer Big. Zora doesn't exist in Russians, in my
Okay.
opinion, until you have
Okay.
like 3,000 rupees or something.
Okay. All right. I'm keeping. All right. I'll keep the books straight. You know,
Yeah.
3,000. I'll quote you on that.
Another big key to Turtle Rock. Okay,
Oh,
a lot of
jeez.
big keys
Yeah.
coming up early.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen the Meyer.
Yeah.
That's in the back there of
A
Pod, and then
pod.
the Turtle
Mm-hmm.
Rock is up here on the mountain. And now Jaejo is going to, I'm gonna guess, Mimic Clip. Nope, he's gonna leave.
Okay. I mean, I think it's pretty reasonable. Although,
Mm,
actually, is it? Well, I don't know. I don't know how comfortable he is mimic clipping. I guess I haven't really
right,
seen. I don't know. I just kind of assume that everybody can do everything now at this point. Like, everybody can hover even without boots. You know, everyone
right.
can bounce. Everyone can mimic clip this. It just seems like everyone's just gotten so
Ooh,
good. Or maybe we'll just find when we just find a bottle with a potion in here.
I
We
think we're gonna
also
find our boots
found
here in Meyer.
yeah
That's my guess.
yeah.
I always guess boots in Meyer when we have the hook shot.
Exactly. Yes. It's well known, but sometimes forgettable knowledge that you need either boots or hookshot to get into Mire. You and then one you only have one, it inevitably leads to the other.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice
but you know what?
sword.
Yeah, we got tempered sword already. That's super comfy. Now, unfortunately, WallKicks doesn't have the Mire big key, and I mean, it only opens up one more check. Like we don't have
He
smart or
also doesn't
anything.
have fire either, so he can't do the
Oh,
left side
true.
checks.
Oh,
I still
oh.
think coming in here to do these checks is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Meyer's such a fast
I think
dungeon.
maybe that was an accidental door open. I mean, I think it's fine because he's just there,
I
but.
think it's no, I think it's just one of those like let's just open it
Okay.
and not
I
have to
mean,
worry
it's
about
also
it
okay.
later.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If he ends up finding fire here, hey, you know what? The door's already open for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jaejo's really making his way over to. I mean, he's fucking just finish up. You know, taking the book right that he ended up finding. I think in Hookshot Cave. Yeah, this
Hmm.
also makes a lot of sense too. I'm gonna check the Vanilla Desert
Yep.
entrance. Nothing on the ledge, so we don't have to do anything here. But I guess like this actually might be a little bit slower, right? Because well, Jaejo doesn't know about the Mire
Oh,
connector.
look at that
Oh,
vanilla.
nice desert.
Yeah, I don't think he went through the connector to get to Meyer. I don't
Yeah.
remember where that
Mm-hmm.
was.
Yeah. Well,
He
Kicks
doesn't
ended
know
up
about
finding it early.
the island. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, like, with the glove, right back in the Mire. I mean, with the mirror and at least Wallkick's knowledge for the Mire area connector, like he can also do like the backup desert too, right?
right,
With the glove. I mean, I guess you can also do it with the mirror too, but
you can do it with the
at
mirror,
least
but it's
it's yeah.
even easier with the glove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
No.
Jaeger doesn't have any keys, so he can't do the right side of the desert. That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
and
All that
where's
cash,
I
all that
know,
cash.
right? Still, we're still like, oh, I can't, I don't want to do that. Almost 2,000 rupees away from Zora. To put in logic, I'm keeping track
Yeah,
here. All
that's
right.
almost. All right, found an arrow.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
$20 on the pyramid, and Jijo is gonna be able to do all 3 checks up here on top of the castle as well. So
Yeah, super convenient. Nice temper sword. I mean, obviously we didn't need tempered in order to get into center, but I mean, you're
right,
never gonna turn down a temper sword.
never gonna say no to that.
Okay, we found a bomb shop.
Oh, there's
Even
that
more money.
flute. So
Ooh.
Pod, and what was the other one?
Meyer. Meyer was
Okay,
the other one. So yeah, that Meyer big key in the back of pod, definitely very strongly required.
gotta say, I mean we're only 20 minutes in, but I really like how this is working out for WallKicks. You know, that mirror, and then seeing Dark Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I know he
Mm-hmm.
had the mirror before he even saw it, but you know, it's working out really well.
Oh
He's
yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
paid out, getting the flute. He's gonna be able to rescue the old man. He got the TR big. He got the glove, and it's oh, you know what? I was like, why doesn't he rescue? Why doesn't he go over to the other side? It's because he got the flute. He can just flute
Yeah.
right up there. So
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess also as soon as I don't know if well, so now we know, I guess we still have 3 keys. We haven't really increased our key count quite yet, but I'm actually just wondering at some point maybe he tries to do a little bit more explanation, go find a key shop, and then just go straight back to pod. Maybe like I don't know if that's of interest to him.
yeah. I
Maybe he
think
wants to wait it out a
without
little bit longer for hammer.
without the bow and without oh no, he does have the bow. Never mind. Yeah, Jaejo didn't do the bow side when he has he didn't have the arrow yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
he did. Yeah, he does. He doesn't the quiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he found the bow on was it Uncle,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah, which yeah. Oh, you know what? We just increased our key counter. It's all good.
Yeah.
All more. And yeah, with the TR Biki, we can I guess, yeah, we're going well, we're not going all the way to Laser River, we're just going to Crystal Roller. I forgot we need
Stroller.
Samaria. That's a kind of
Yeah.
a important item.
Yeah, I don't love bunny walking anyways, but Jaejo has seen the mountain with the mirror. Like I don't understand why why you don't just go up there and do it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
just don't.
so
I get that you get a combo the pod eastern area, but you're a bunny, so you don't get to do pod. Maybe that's a benefit. I don't know.
yeah,
But
that's a good point, right? Because you can't get Kiki to like follow you, right? That's
right.
the yeah. Well, okay. WallKicks has decided that 4 keys is enough for him to come back to pod
Yeah, lets
on
them
the pink
check
side.
everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eastern.
Jaejo turning down Eastern Palace. I can understand. It's a little, more tedious, especially with the fact that he has like
Yes.
7 hearts, 6 hearts, and he needs a death war or he needs a buddy
Yeah.
revive.
Yeah.
And yeah, he also wants to probably check out the rest of the stuff. Maybe we'll just find in an arrow shop, another one. Maybe we'll find Eastern Palace Big Key and one of these other connectors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hope PM for me.
Yeah.
And I will say that just like the other Phoenix Wright sprite user, WallKicks has somewhat of an aversion to going into Eastern
Mhm.
without having a bow and the big key. So, if something is an Eastern, Jaejo decides to go dip it in, and that could actually be something pretty big for him.
He's gonna super bunny here in Meyer Shed. See if we can get anything from these 2 chests. Oh, there's a key format. The last
Oh my
source.
god! All right, well we are basically a class cannon. Well, can I say we're really class cannon when we have like 7 hearts? Not like that.
Yeah.
But we definitely have all of the offense. All we got to do is just find find some boots,
Yeah, boots would be nice.
find a shield. Yeah.
All right, so pod completely empty. By the way, we've seen it from both our runners.
Mhm. I guess there's Meyer Big back here. But
Oh,
like,
right, right, right.
but yeah. Other than that, though, I don't know. I mean, but yeah, like this is what I don't know, like 12 checks or something like that, right? Without the
Yeah,
big key,
I'm not
and
getting
it's
excited about Meyer Big right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Yeah, we don't have Samaria. We ideally would like some sort of fire source to be able to go back to Meyer. I mean, you don't need it, but also the basement maybe on like next to nothing is. I mean, I'm sure these guys can do it because they've played like hundreds of rando
Mhm.
scenes by now, if not thousands. But should be fine.
Yeah, these are seasoned veterans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do think you're right so far. Well, WallKicks has a lot more, I would say, accessibility. Like yes, like Jaejo has a 2 sword advantage, right, over WallKicks, so he's gonna be able to
Yeah,
take down enemies a lot faster. But right now,
but
it doesn't really open things up a bit,
yeah,
for
give
him,
me the
right?
glove. Give me that glove. Give me that flute. I'll take those over
Mm-hmm.
those 2 swords all day. He did find
Yeah.
Super Bunny at Eastern, so let's see if this leads us to
Okay.
anything. Another big key
Another
to
key.
Turtle. Oh,
Oh,
we
I can.
saw that.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay.
actually
WallKicks
good.
did
This
one.
is going to take him up to Dark Death Mountain. So
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
this will
Yes,
get
that's
him the
exactly what we want.
information that I should have done that. Should
Yeah.
have gone and got that glove.
He might feel okay. I think he might feel a little bit bad about the glove. But at least like for
It's still
and he
so
didn't.
early. I mean, we're
Yeah.
literally only 25 minutes in, but
Mm-hmm. Oh,
he's going to take
we're
the dip in
also.
fire. And what's good about this is he actually has the Meyer Big. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
still no fire, but he can do one more check than wall kicks.
Yeah, maybe there's gonna be something good here. That I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have a lamp, so it's still out of logic.
and Samaria.
As and Samaria, right? No, I mean, like in order to get the Meyer big
Oh,
chest.
right,
But I
right.
mean, if something is here, right? That
Yeah,
is, especially maybe Jaejo's not feeling the greatest about seeing that glove on floating island because we were literally just there, like
yeah.
it's just 3 minutes in the scene. Yeah. So I'm also kind of wondering, because Jejo is so while like this race, if he wins, right? It's kind of only really like upside. Right? If he wins, like he's just in. If he loses, he has another chance. I'm just wondering if maybe he wants to try to be a little bit more,
Ooh,
aggressive. Oh, you know
oh
what?
my
We
gosh,
found
look
we
at
found
that.
Kane of Samaria.
Yes, which is in kind of a crummy spot for Jaejo. I mean, he'll have
Wow.
it's a kind of a one-off check now. The rock in between desert because he's done everything else. I'm not
Oh,
sure
you
what he
are
was.
absolutely correct.
What was he trying for?
He was trying to kill the Sluggulas, and I love this from Pogger's room. Maybe he was. Where was he going? Is it in the back somewhere?
Does that get him to the bridge? Like a fast? Is that the faster way to the bridge?
I have no idea. You could not. I could not answer any questions about Maya routing. I'm actually wondering if Warclay is just gonna come straight back in order to just go in, try and beat Meyer in the dark. Forget about the Firelock side. I don't know if he wants to wait for Fire
Yeah,
Source.
yeah. I don't think he's got the crystal. He might have the crystal information. I don't know if there's a rush to go back though, especially when
Mm-hmm.
he's got all of the left side of the
Yeah. Oh,
mountain.
yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Okay. All right. WallKicks. Yeah. Seeing the other end of the connector, he doesn't care anymore. Yeah. I think you're also right. Yeah. So WallKicks hasn't been up to the top of the pyramid because I think Jeju got spit out at the Big Bomb connector location
Yeah,
from somewhere up here.
that was
So
like was that
yeah.
desert? No, I think it was
Oh, you're
desert
right. You're
left.
right. Actually, I think it was desert right. Yeah. 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 You're right. Desert left. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He didn't go to desert right because he didn't have a key at the time, so he didn't want to go
Right.
out that connector.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Walkick's gonna rescue the old man. I don't think we've seen the old man's starting spot. Like I don't think we've
We
run into it.
have not. Yeah. Okay, Jejo at least has enough health in order to survive spikes. He's just a lot more. Okay, alright, we're gonna get map chest and we're gonna get big chest. Then we can get the heck out of this dungeon. Because he knows he's not gonna. Well, we know, sorry, not him. We know that he's not gonna be able to find Samaria in here to beat it. Well, Cakes is. He needs to not die before rescuing the old man.
You got it. A key. Blue mail.
Okay. Well, Cakes might. Well, I guess it won't do anything against the boulders, but that blue mail may not. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of a time loss, but not the worst. I mean, just a
Yeah,
fluke got the one there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like the flute. Yeah, like I mean, the flute obviously, in entrance, like can really offset or mitigate a lot of like the, like, oh, you know what, I meant to go back here. I forgot something here. Let's go flute to
Yeah.
2. Let's flute to 1. Right. But yeah, as you mentioned, like if you end up taking like an early, overworld death somewhere, a flute is very good for that too. Just
Yeah.
go straight back to what you're doing.
That old man starting spot's pretty comical.
Hmm.
All right. So one of the dark rooms, it looks like Dark Death Mountain connectors, one of those takes us to the other side of the race game. So it's pretty
Yeah.
dead. And now we're gonna see. I don't think is this the brothers connector takes us to Meyer? Is that right?
Oh,
Also,
maybe.
why isn't Jejo rushing that glove?
I don't know. I don't know. I was actually wondering that too. I was like, he knows there's a glove there. He sees it. But well, we're here. We're gonna go back into desert, I
Uh,
guess. We're gonna take desert right, or maybe we'll just do the desert right side real quick and then
Oh
not
yeah, that
take the
makes sense.
connector.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing going back to Desert Fort? He wasn't able to do the 2 checks over here, so
Mhm. Yeah, but I was assuming maybe in this case that he wants to try to do the rest of Meyer, like the area with the mirror and everything, and then he'll go back for the. I mean, the other thing I'm wondering is, like if he sees the glove, it's like, oh man, WallKicks has probably had that for
yeah,
20 minutes or something, right? It's like maybe I need something else to go my way that's like not necessarily here, and I don't know if that. I mean, I don't know, like that type of thinking, at least from what I've heard from other people, is it can be like you gotta take it with like a gigantic grain of salt, like you don't know
yeah,
where your opponent is,
totally.
and if you end up kind of tilting yourself, early, or I mean, I'm not sure how many good things can happen, but again, we don't we don't know.
Yeah, it's best to not assume what your opponent is doing. I feel like you can tend to make worse decisions by assuming that your opponent's doing
Hmm.
X, Y, or Z. Oh,
Oh, we have
silvers.
silvers. Well, good thing we this is gonna this might set us back a couple. hundreds of
Yeah,
rupees
we're
from
not
the Zora goal.
using silvers for a while, I wouldn't think.
Oh.
Thieves Town, we don't have the Thieves Town big, but we can check these 4 checks here.
Mm-hmm. If these don't,
Upgrade
well, we
fairy.
also don't have a hammer too. That is,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, we also don't really have any dungeon knowledge. I mean, okay, so Fear, like, whether it's a crystal or pendant, like, are you just gonna try it? Like, you stumble upon it, you're just gonna complete it if you can, type of
Thieves
thing?
Town?
I'm like, I'm like, sure, Thieves Town, but like, really, do you have a general rule or guideline for dungeons
Nah,
like
I
this?
guess it depends on it. It's so situational, right? How easy is it to get to the dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
How many
Good
items
point,
am I
yeah.
looking for still? In this case, we're still looking for a lot, but
Yeah, that's also a good point too. I did forget about that. I mean, and Thieves Town, is it easy to come back to? I mean,
yeah,
well, it doesn't.
it's relatively quick to get back to this. So,
I
I mean,
guess maybe, yeah.
we don't have the big key, so it's not really even an issue yet. But I think the real question is, where's our Moon Pearl? Like, we've seen a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
mm-hmm.
stuff, and we still no Moon Pearl.
No pearl, no hammer. Although hammer, I guess, especially in cross keys, can actually be pretty late. We have found, speaking of a not completable dungeon, although late bit or not late bit, Jaejo got the hammer or not hammer, Hera big from one of his earlier adventures, but that
Yeah.
WallKicks is not going to have. So I guess if WallKicks is going to try and beat this dungeon, then yeah, he's going to leave that item behind.
So I don't know anything about Phoenix, right? What's the bunny sprite? What's the story about that?
Oh, it's the Blue Badger. I guess it's like a police mascot. So like Phoenix starts as a defense attorney, so he ends up working with like the police force and tries to get them to talk to witnesses and
Mm-hmm.
so that's like I guess that's like the I'm not actually sure why it's the buddy sprite, but I
Okay.
guess it's kind of like a fun, happy badger.
Okay.
Maybe the closest thing that we have to a bunny in
I
Phoenix,
see.
right? And
Jaejo not gonna buy his arrow. Okay, he is going back for the arrow. Okay. He just realized, okay, I'm gonna need that, and I got plenty of money.
I'm sorry, late bit. I will learn from my mistakes. Okay, almost my vanilla compass. It is not the compass to Hera, but it is compass GT, which we haven't found yet. But yeah, Jaejo. Yeah, I don't know how Jaejo is feeling. Hopefully,
Right now he
he's
sees the flute, which I could have
yeah.
had 15 minutes ago. It's
Mm-hmm.
still relatively early, but Russian seeds tend to go faster, a bit quicker than um, regular cross keys
Yeah,
seeds. So
yeah. I think that's also what WallKicks' impression was as well. I mean, it would be kind of maybe nice to have her some, maybe like harder data. I guess I didn't take I didn't look at any of like the really like the stats across. You know what? Oh
oh,
my gosh! All right, well that is a very important.
sometimes things
Fear,
just come up wall kicks, man.
fear. Where's our pearl? This was definitely pearl locked.
Yeah, was it? Where was the Arabig?
Harabig was somewhere that Jaejo went earlier. Now I'm trying to remember.
Was the
Just
Hera big pro locked? Oh no, Hera is just in the dark
Yeah,
world.
no,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I
Hera
see.
was at the Spy Cave entrance,
I
which
see.
yeah. So I want to know where our pearl. Oh, hello, for desert, right? Okay, all right. Well, we
Yeah,
now know everything about desert.
yeah. Wall kicks is looking like, man, I got all these hearts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even like yes, he can death warp one heart at a time. He did pick up mail in the in Hera, I believe it was. But
Yeah.
it's 11 shots. All right. Finally, Jaejo can
Finally, yes.
pick up his glove now.
Oh, thanks, Rich. All right. Hera because an Aga Tower. Oh yeah, probably yeah. Though, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because I think yeah, Jaejo definitely went in there. WallKicks has not.
So Jaejo gonna get Thieves Town here.
Yeah, he's gonna get Thieves Town. Most likely he'll also get Hera, and he'll have the Hera big key, which
Mm,
I mean that could definitely be something for him.
yeah.
WallKicks doesn't have it. WallKicks, the chance of WallKicks getting that item in maybe even like the next hour and a half is definitely on the lower side.
Right. Yeah. WallKicks is not gonna be in a rush to get back there. And we know it's not the Moon Pearl, so yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely share your concern though, and where like Samaria is, because I mean certainly know that from Jajo's side that Meyer is a crystal, so we definitely need No, Samara at least beat the game, but yeah,
I
that
think we're
ice.
good. We just found Pearl. We just found Paradox Cave over in Ice
Oh,
Shroud Cave.
okay.
Oh, there's
Oh
our
my
keys
gosh, yes,
too.
we finally have a money sink.
How
Didn't
many
have to think
keys are you
that.
buying here? You have
I don't.
$1,200.
Am I saving up for Zora?
I mean, you could buy 5 or 6 keys, have 8 keys, and still have Zora money. I think you'd be all right.
Yeah.
If you buy
The fact
4
that
more keys, has
4?
8 keys, and you've already opened all of Pod. I feel like.
Yeah. How many more spare keys do we kind of really need? I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, you have GT, you're gonna need a couple keys there usually. Swamp, you need 1. Yeah, we're actually in a spot where we don't probably need a lot of keys.
I'm just kind of like glancing through the rest of these dungeons. I guess you would like have 1 key for a skull.
Yeah, 1 key
Right.
for Skull. Yeah.
Maybe like, and then there's some like nice to have keys like
1
Ice
for
Palace would
TL. You're gonna
be.
need 1 for Total Rock for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Like,
that's true. Yeah.
so.
All right,
I
let's see
mean,
in
like,
this case if Jaejo
of
decides to
course
go in.
he doesn't. All right, there's our
Oh
Ice Rod
no.
too, by the way. I mean, it makes sense. And the Ice Big.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's all of
no,
the
that's
gross
awesome.
bigs, right? The Ice,
Yeah.
Swamp, Hera, and Skullwoods.
Maybe to some extent GT might be one of the ones that you don't want to
Sure.
see.
Yeah.
Because I think GT was Ganon was somewhere that we've already seen. Was it?
Yeah,
Was it
Ganon's
that?
free somewhere.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly where, but he was free. I don't know
Yeah.
what's at the pyramid. I'm trying to think what we haven't seen. Maybe Lost Woods? I don't think we saw that. So Paradox did not have our Moon Pearl, as I predicted.
Well, I mean, we're also lacking a fire source as well. We're
Maybe this.
rescuing the old man in the dark. This is new content. I don't know if I've ever
Yeah.
seen this.
That's good stuff. Tablet would be an interesting spot for the Pearl.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. This is all the inverted dreams that people have. Exactly what you want to do when you're playing Retrance. It is only 20 rupees though. It is shiny, but it is not the shiny that we
Not
want.
shiny enough, yeah.
And also not round enough. All right, but yeah, Walking is gonna continue bunny walk. I mean, are you, man? How much more stuff does he, I guess, have? I guess, are you okay with this, bunny walking stuff?
I think at this point, where WallKicks is concerned, he's done a lot. I don't think he's done the eastern area, but whenever I get an early mirror, I like to follow those spots that are mirror locked, the K45s and such. So
WallKicks hasn't been back to the Meyer area though, right? Like he has a glove, like he can go to checkerboard as well, like, and then in addition to all the other entrances. But yeah, maybe he's just interested in getting some new stuff.
Be interesting to see him go to out of Logic, but could go to Laser Bridge too.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's right. We have the King of
Samaria.
Samaria now. Yeah, that is. Oh, that would be pretty spicy. Maybe he'll actually find it. Oh man. Well, yeah. I mean, if he finds a fire rod on Laser Bridge, I think it's time to go. Try. Okay, we did find the dam.
This is kind of crummy because you want to go check that soon, but you do want to finish up your route here.
Yeah. I mean, well, he has a flute.
Oh, he's got the flute. Yeah. That. Never mind. I'm
well,
so used to not playing with boots and.
Oh. Speaking of Swamp, though, I think did we already fight Swamp? I don't know. Well, it's up here.
WallKicks saw that up there.
Okay. All right. So we actually we definitely need flippers. Certainly, I guess WallKicks and Late Bit. Sorry, Late Bit. Jaejo. Keep looking at chat and not reading the right thing. I mean, they've already known that Swamp is gonna be a crystal. So it's gonna be another another thing that they have to go do. So we're gonna go find flippers. And as you mentioned, universal keys means that we don't have to go scouring the world for one specific Swamp Small. We'll just go find a shop, and then and then we'll go.
So where do you think the pearl is?
I'm thinking.
I think it's the rock going up to Death Mountain. Whatever entrance
the rock going up to like the DM ascent, like the old man rescue entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaejo. Oh no, I guess Jaejo needs.
No, he's trying. He's going for it.
Yeah.
He's,
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. That's right. I was like, he can't actually kill himself in this case. Yeah. But so he in this case has to get his Super Bunny state, which is exactly what WallKicks did. Yeah. So this is gonna be actually really good. We're gonna check the hair, big chest item.
Yep.
Which hopefully, if something is in here, right? I mean, that could be like a huge advantage for him.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, it would be, it would be great if Jaejo can get a pick me up.
Yeah, he kind of needs it, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, like, we've definitely seen Retrance, or I mean, even like rando seeds, where one person seems to have like a very clear lead, right? Like they got all this stuff, they got the boots, they've got the mirror, they got the flute, they got all that stuff, and then everything
I
kind
don't
of
know if
gets
he's gonna be able to
bottlenecked.
get this. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to. He's gonna have to mirror.
What happened? Oh, did he pick something else up?
He picked up the rupee there.
Oh no, yeah. Well, we'll just go up the old-fashioned way. It's fine.
He's got the
It's
key.
fine.
Yeah.
We picked up this key and I'm gonna use it. It's just like armor. Why did you pick up armor if you're not gonna get hit?
All right, so WallKicks back now to this early connector that he found. Gonna be able to do all these checks. I think we saw from Jaejo a little while ago.
Yeah, but I think Jaejo didn't have the glove at the time, so yeah, we're at least gonna be a checkerboard.
Well,
but
yeah,
I think
checkerboard is the only one that he wasn't able to check.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, where's the moon pearl? Someone tell me where the moon pearl is.
Is Jaejo just dropping now? Maybe he doesn't want to bomb jump anymore. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I think we saw crystal. We saw crystal roller, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Crystal roller was WallKicks did it when he went to the TR big chest entrance.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I like the way you're thinking, Josh. Oh my gosh, my words. I'm always a fan of anything in Eastern Palace. That is actually a location. Granted, actually no, it can't be because
it's in the dark.
In Dark World. Dang it.
Yep.
Oh, that would have been so cool if it actually was. But I mean, in general,
it could be maybe Ice Armos if you find the right.
Oh yeah, if you find GT.
Or it could be right here, Graveyard Ledge.
We got a checkerboard cave into Graveyard Ledge.
There it is.
Oh, you're correct, Fear. Oh,
I mean, we're running out of locations, so I had to be right at some point.
I'm voting for something.
Pretty big.
Oh, this is gonna be Fear. When does Jaejo go back?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was talking about when I hate to see it come true, but him not going back immediately when he found out that it was glove, and then of course doing this. I thought he should have gone back before I even knew it was a glove. I thought he should have gone back, but now it's really punishing.
Yeah, because so you mentioned before, so like the 50 rupee cave entrance, right? Because he's already been up to Vanilla Desert with the book, right? That's been isolated for him. Maybe it's a little bit less so, with the flute, but like that checkerboard cave kind of is also isolated for him. And these glove lock locations are they contain very, very important items. Unfortunately. But I mean, but granted, it's still pretty early, even especially for a Retrance seed.
Is it that early?
I feel like we're still missing a lot of stuff, aren't we?
We're missing a couple of things. We need the flippers for sure. There's a good chance we do need some. Well, I'm not gonna say we're for sure gonna need fire, but there's a high probability we need at least a lamp, if not the fire rod.
Or like bombos or something to get us into Ice Palace. But I mean, right now we're also kind of lacking. Like we haven't found Saha to tell us what the green pendant is. Or did we? Or
no, not yet.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we do need fire. We need some sort of. You can't even beat the game without.
That's true. Yeah. Lamp or fire rod from Ganon. Yeah, despite the crystals and pendants, maybe if he can get away with like Skullwoods or no, it's Skullwoods maybe.
There's the Eastern big.
Oh well, okay. I definitely know where WallKicks is going next.
I don't think he's seen it yet, though.
You're right. He hasn't been over the pod entrance yet. But you know what? He okay. This is gonna be. You know what? He's going. we will find Eastern within the next like 5 checks on WallKicks' side. Yeah, but I think he will also consider it a moral victory that he will have
Yeah,
found Eastern Palace. He will be able to single dip it, and this is going to be another one that he's going to be proud in order to be playing. Can't compromise his
right.
principles in order to take
But I
Eastern
mean, just
Palace.
even looking at big keys, right? We're only missing a couple. Um, pod, which I think is a crystal. Yeah, we do need the pod big.
Oh right, yeah, pod is a 5/6
These
at Walk.
These town possibly, and desert possibly. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're on our way.
Yeah, I guess yeah. It would be really nice to know, some of our other pendant knowledge. Like maybe we don't need Desert Palace Big Key, like Pod Big Key, Desert Palace Big Key. Like we found a lot of big keys, but sometimes those can be pretty thorny to go
Yeah,
find. Yeah, it looks like Jeju's actually back in Pod.
yeah. He didn't do the vanilla big key chest, and he didn't do both sides. So a quick flute over here
Mm-hmm.
makes it pretty quick to
Okay.
do
Oh yeah,
these
yeah.
three
You're
checks.
you're absolutely right.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
he heads left and goes and checks the rock, going towards desert. That would get him his Samaria.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think that's like a pretty likely scenario.
Yeah, that would be good because there was actually kind of, I guess maybe this is also his like normally, like if something is in the Milbiki chest or like harmless Halloween pod, you're like, well, it's you need a lot of keys in order like all 6 pod keys in order to get those to be put in logic. So maybe you're not as worried, but as you mentioned before in Retrance, all these every single check here in pod is in logic, right? So if you
Mm-hmm.
leave something behind, right, the game is very well able to put something there, in sphere, whatever you consider this be. The same sphere as all the other items in the dungeon, so it's probably better that you come back here. And then yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta kind of combine this with some locality, with one of the isolated locations.
Yeah. Was there anything in the Hera big chest? I forget.
No, it's 3 bombs,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, we found, you know what?
Hype cave,
Oh
which
my gosh.
again, that's super
Yeah.
isolated. JJ
Oh
has just done a
no.
really good job of isolating a bunch of
Uh-huh,
locations,
uh-huh.
unfortunately.
Oh, sometimes this early bunny walking. Yeah, JJ's one of the higher priorities. Okay, at least there's nothing here in Hype
Yeah,
Cave.
that's good.
But yeah, his it's like every single decision that he decided to do that either kind of put off the glove for quite some time, and then some of the glove lock locations were not good, and then he did some bunny walking without the pearl, and then he ended up like you feel kind of bad if when you
Yeah.
eventually go back to it and you find hype, you're like, oh my gosh. Okay, but this definitely looks like Jejo's gonna pick up his Samari. Now, okay, like, do you think Jejo will go back to Meyer without fire?
I think you
Oh.
probably want at least some sort of fire before heading back into Meyer. But I don't know. Because then you're triple dipping it. But maybe you don't even want to do the left side. I don't know.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, that could be. But yeah, maybe also Jejo has higher priorities, like because he's really interested in finding that pearl, right? Because like he found
Right.
the hammer in Hera, and so like and chances are I don't think the pearl can be in Meyer. I guess I didn't really think about the possibilities, but I mean like the process of the pearl potentially being in Meyer is maybe not that good. Now, granted, I don't know when he's gonna go back to Checkerboard Cave, so it might be a while still, but.
He might take this to Laser Bridge. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would not be surprised to see him take this all the way to Laser Bridge. He also didn't do Chomps. Or no, excuse, Lava Chest, which is in logic, of course, because this is
Right.
Retrance, very early on. So he's going to do this. He can mirror and then go back and if he wants, take it all the way to Laser Bridge, which I would be very tempted to do.
Yeah, and then you can also see in this case like where the laser bridge entrance spits you out at as well. We also have blue mail, so who cares? We have gold sword. Yeah, we don't care anymore. I wish I was paying attention to what Dark Cross had.
I think it was like
WallKicks.
20 rupees or something.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think it was
okay.
anything
Nothing
important.
important. Yeah, as you mentioned, also like we don't need to find that sewers key or Hyrule Castle small key. All Zelda Cell is definitely in logic. Everything here, minus of course Dark Cross.
Yeah, I forgot. Yep. Boots are gonna be in here, or maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for a sub, 2-hour boots. We got a shield. Okay, we don't have to go beat Aga.
Oh,
That is
that's good.
Oh, we're actually gonna go all the way
She's
to the
gonna go to the
front.
front. Wow,
Wow,
that's a little
interesting.
surprising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
especially since it's only one check and he already
Right,
did
we
the
have no
chomps.
right, we have no fire rod. I was even thinking like, well, we at least can get TR front, but no, we can. Yeah, we can only get compass chest here. And, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe this entrance will. Oh, he doesn't have the
I,
pearl, so it's actually a little bit risky because he
yeah,
may not come
I
back.
don't love it.
Hey, look, did you know TR is a crystal?
All right, I would have rather done laser bridge than I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think people, but again, it only takes one, right? Like just because
Hmm.
something looks good, right, doesn't have to
Yeah,
be that is good. You can like something can be in isolated. We can go back. Something can be be in like a left side swamp, right? Versus like maybe you're in GT mode for something, and then JT's completely empty, and you decide to skip left side swamp, right? You just go to the thing, go to the place that has the things.
yeah.
And right now we don't know the places that has the things.
Well,
Not all of them.
we know the big
Yeah,
thing that he's missing because
that's
here he is doing some
yes.
more bunny walking,
Yeah.
which is just unfortunate. Another entrance to Dark
Oh
Death Mountain.
wow. Mhm. Well, I mean, from Jaejo's perspective, though, the pro can actually just be here. We're gonna buy one more key. I
Yeah,
guess
that's
maybe,
true.
yeah. I think it might be like a rule of thumb for people. It's like if you haven't like if you stumble upon a key shop, right, just go buy one key. It's kind of like a free screen transition because you're gonna leave out of it. So it's just like if you have the funds for it, probably you're gonna need it.
So we've seen Swamp. We haven't seen the back of Skull Wiz, right?
We have not found that
Have we
correct.
seen
Yeah,
Ice Palace?
I don't think we've seen Ice Palace either,
Okay.
but we also don't have any fire air entry to get into
Yeah.
either.
And we haven't seen GT yet.
Correct.
We have seen Castle Tower. We've seen Eastern. We've obviously seen Harris since they both have a beat. Pod we've seen. Swamp we've seen. We haven't, can't go in yet. We saw
Yeah,
the
I don't
first
think.
Northeast Town, Meyer, and then everything but Laser Bridge for Turtle Rock. So
Yeah, actually, have we seen the backup desert?
we have not seen the back of
Okay,
Desert.
okay,
We've
so
seen
that is something.
the
Yeah,
other, the other.
right. We've seen all the stuff in the front. Of course, yeah, we're also missing Desert Palace. But I mean, like we have a lot of, not a lot. I mean, we have some crystal knowledge, so the chances of things showing up to be more pendants now, is definitely on the higher side.
Right. We knew four. We know four of the
Mm-hmm.
pendant crystals. So and no pendants yet.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So what are you hoping? That are going to be our pendants today? Like pendant ice palace, pendant desert. That'd be kind of nice. Anything I
Actually,
guess that
ice
reduces
would. I
like.
don't think ice is fine. I don't mind crystal ice because it's like fully completable once we find fire rod, right? Because we know we need the fire rod for Turtle Rock,
Right.
so
Mm-hmm. That's true.
it's not a big deal. I want pendants for the keys I don't for the places
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
keys.
Well, I mean,
That's
desert palace
desert would be a
pendant. It
big
would be
one. Yeah,
great.
desert,
Oh.
uh, swamp. So we don't need flippers. But we already know
Mm-hmm.
that's crystal. Never mind. These town, since we don't have that big key, I wouldn't mind being a pendant.
We're also looks like gonna get some simultaneous laser bridge checks. Man, Jaeja was in the incremental lead, but he has to bomb open this door, and then
And
also
do the
get
check.
crystal roller.
Yeah.
So I guess WallKicks is gonna be the first one.
What do you
At
think?
least to get
Anything
over.
here on the bridge?
Oh man, I think it'd be very interesting if we just find fire rod here.
Oh yeah.
Although now I have to wonder, like, where the heck is his lamp? Because
If you
we've
do
gone through a
fire
lot of
rod,
dark room stuff.
yeah. If it is fire rod and you just kill Trinix, do you check the entrance? Or does
WallKicks,
the
yes, because
entrance
I think
not
WallKicks can
matter?
come back, right?
I mean, they can always come back. It's just a flute to two. But I'm just wondering if you want to help
Hmm.
piece together where logic is.
Yeah, at least for WallKicks is also a little bit more incentivizing if the fire rod is here because he hasn't done TR front yet either. So like
Yeah.
like then it's kind of like a free entry back to the front. Versus
Oh.
oh well
Well,
then
now we're
I
going to
guess
swamp, right?
oh yeah 100%. We might do a quick sick kit check maybe as
Yeah.
that is our first bottle
Where was Sick?
and we
I
did
know we
find
saw it pretty early.
yeah it was pretty early. It was like the end of one of the routes and. But like WallKicks maybe he's gonna finish. I can't tell what room that is.
It would have to be either the back of Old Man or the Old Man Rescue, I think, right?
Okay, I think that's true. I don't think we've seen either of those. And unfortunately, with no Pearl, it's gonna be something else that Jaejo can't really finish. I mean, it's not that I think WallKicks found anything, but again, it's not necessarily about the value that is whatever these interests are. It's the fact that Jaejo
It's
doesn't know what they
knowledge.
are.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So he has to come back for
Knowledge.
later.
The Pearl is in the Mire area. It's under Checkerboard Cave, which I think was Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, it's great. Yes, yeah. And part of the issue is that
Jaejo's
when
been
Jaejo,
there and did everything but that because he
yeah,
didn't have the glove,
exactly,
even though he knew
exactly.
the glove location.
Yeah, Fear definitely called it very early on. We got the mirror, and JJ was actually the first one to find the Dark Death Mountain connector, and so it's just like, yeah, just go straight back, like, and just go get the. And I mean, WallKicks found it later with the mirror. I mean, it is paid off. His route
Yeah.
has been very smooth
Yep.
so far.
Yeah. Now he's gonna go get his go mode items all in Swamp.
Yeah, I should just yeah. That's right. Yeah, this is Swamp is here in the other
Yep.
Spec Rock Cave
Right here, I think.
exit.
Yep.
And I don't know. Yes,
It's
this
right
place
here.
right here. Yeah, but
And we
meanwhile,
got the
no, I
big
mean,
key. I think you just full clear it, right? Just immediately do
yeah,
left side.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we're still because as you mentioned before, like we don't really know what our pendant knowledge is right now. So like we don't know if we need Desert Palace big key. We don't know if we need These Town big key. I mean, we're certainly missing some sort of fire source. So I like left side swamp has 2 items, yes. Maybe they're incrementally not that important, but you are here, right? You're missing more than 2 items,
Yeah.
so you may as well just go get them.
Where was Eastern?
Eastern was in the fake pod entrance.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it was
WallKicks
in
missed
Dark
out on that
World.
one? Because he was over there. He
Maybe,
just
yeah, he
didn't do
was
it.
definitely over there. I hope he didn't miss out on that.
I think he
Maybe,
just did
maybe.
pod and then mirrored and then followed that connector, I think is what he ended
Oh,
up doing.
right. Okay. Well, would it be quite ironic if WallKicks of all people like can't find don't like miss. I'm sure he has a map tracker. I'm sure he knows that it's
Yeah,
kind of like there for him.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. All right, so
Oh my
this is
gosh,
good.
Jaejo,
This is good. Jaejo's
we're
gonna get his
back
pearl now. Yeah. But it's been a minute and he's gonna have to kind of
ish.
backtrack on stuff that WallKicks has done because he's had the pearl. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you mentioned before like the things that okay, so we saw him get spit out of Laser Bridge entrance, which was Dark Shopping Mall, so he couldn't really do those things without the pearl. But yeah, like we also had Hype Cave at Pod entrance, which he also couldn't do without the pearl. He's gonna have to go back for these things that I
yeah.
mean, he sees once he sees some of these things, he's just be like, oh my gosh, it's I don't think it's gonna be make him super happy. As we call it, WallKicks is doing left side swamp. Hopefully it'll be something good. Yeah, with the hook shot, it's gonna be a little less painful. I think also Jeju at least, and probably WallKicks to some extent, check Desert Torch. At least we don't need boots for that item. It would be nice if they showed up to make things a little bit faster, maybe make things more fun.
Where's GT? I feel like GT should be coming up soon. Maybe VOO. We haven't been over there, right?
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, because we didn't really get. I mean, WallKicks did get a pearl. I mean, relatively speaking,
Oh, we
earlier.
did.
Yeah, but yeah, not early enough. Oh,
Mm.
just 20 rupees in. All of these, I think, like all these, like I would consider to be like outs for JJ, or like if he gets to the thing that before WallKicks does, like they're not super helping. Like they're not helping him out. But here we do have Spy Cave.
How big do you think rupees are? Like when Link or whoever holds up the rupees, they're pretty massive.
They are.
Are
Yeah, and
rupees that
somehow
are actually that big? Do you think they're that big?
I mean, do you think they're like human sized or whatever?
Like,
Sprite
look at that
sized?
rupee. Look how big that rupee
It
is.
is, yeah.
It's really big. It's as big as whatever that little monster is.
Somehow they all fit in our inventory. I always
Yeah.
wonder like how big the Link's satchel bag is because he's just out there with the tunic and the sword and the shield, right? And he's
Yeah.
swinging everything, and then somehow he's able to carry 30 items, in his like Y item spot, along with all this money and quiver and.
Okay, so desert is our green. We just got that confirmed by Jaejo. He picked up the ice. So we'll be able to see what that is. But it looks like he's going to be following
Yeah, to
WallKicks here in
swamp.
Swamp
Yeah.
Palace.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, it makes a lot of sense because he also has a swamp big. He has more than enough keys. He has the flippers. I mean, this is a completely fully clearable dungeon, and he knows the crystal. So
All things considered, Jaejo, I mean, the only thing he's really missing compared to Wally is that Eastern big.
yeah, and Jejo knows where Eastern is. So
Where was the Eastern big?
I'm trying to remember. So if someone in chat remembers where Eastern Palace Big Key was, that would be quite helpful. Yeah, because right now, like WallKicks, I'm sure he's he's more than willing to go back into Eastern, or go into Eastern, excuse me, not back. There is no back for WallKicks. But he has to go find it first. Maybe Argus will actually have something here, because I don't think we actually saw anything good in Swamp, right? In terms of...
No, there's been nothing here.
Like, it's been... Even left side was like a heart container and 50 rupees. You know what? Which is exactly what WallKicks needed, I guess, to spend to kill Argus with the silver. So,
yeah. Basically a free arrow.
All right, Fear. When are you going to go to Zora? Do we
How much
need,
money
like...
have we acquired total?
Not enough. I mean, we did spend like 500 on keys, I think, respectively.
So we're still like 1,000 away.
Okay. But I'm kind of looking, with the club. Obviously put some logic. Not that logic is stacked or anything with multiple items, that lead to Zora. But we also have the flippers. We got some water checks coming up. I don't know if WallKicks is gonna check his most hated location, which is Hobo.
Hobo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're doing the water checks, I think you got to do it. In all actuality, I think like with the amount of money that they have and the amount of keys that they've got, I think Zora is fine.
Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna pick up another 300. Yeah.
We're close to that 3,000. I think. Oh, there's some.
Yeah. All right. WallKicks as the more convenient way, I guess, instead of going through Spike Cave to go find the Desert Palace map.
So we don't need Desert Big in theory.
Mm-hmm. Well, Saha is... I mean, we're here for knowledge. Knowledge is the most important part, of this game, other than actually getting the 7 crystals and winning. But it's also kind of a terrible spot for the Green Pennant turn-in. So I'm perfectly... Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm perfectly okay, if Desert Palace is a pendant, we never have to, see the thing.
Yeah. Oh, these stand big. Ooh. Okay, there's another clearable possible crystal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, you mentioned before, Thief Town is pretty accessible, so we just, floop back over there.
So we've got... It's between Eastern, Thief Town, and Ice as far as our last crystal. So if Eastern is a pendant, WallKicks might not even ever do it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so Jejo ended up... Oh, I know WallKicks also, I think, picked up the map for Ice, right? That was like where the damn dreamed item was. But I guess no one has done a map check yet, so...
Yes, we're not sure about that. WallKicks never does map checks.
Yeah, good point. When I say we, I really just mean Jejo, because we can't rely... This is one of the one things we cannot rely on WallKicks to do.
Right. He barely tracks.
True.
Like his tracker's always updated a little later than everyone else. Everyone else is using auto tracking, and
that's
like, I'll click it when I feel like it.
Yeah, WallKicks is actually, I think, one of the few people in the entire community like that actually does not use auto tracking. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily like a stance or anything, like a moral, like I refuse to do auto tracking. Yeah, he just hasn't ever wanted to do auto tracking, which is perfectly fine. All right, well, with the fire rod.
No one has.
Without the fire rod, you're right. Here I am with my wishful thinking. I actually don't want a fire rod. It's quite hot these days, so the ice rod is quite nice.
So still looking for GT. That's going to be a big one. It feels like we're going to find a lot of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say a lot, I mean we're not very far from go mode. Like the only dungeons we can't complete are pod at this point, and ice.
Yeah,
And of course, we can't do Skullwoods or. But that fire rod's gonna be big because it opens up ice, it opens up Turtle Rock, it opens up
Oh no.
Skullwoods.
Oh no, Jaejo.
Got away
Did
from
you
him.
know that if you miss a silver arrow, it's pretty expensive? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it just sets us more back from Zora. That was unfortunately 2 silver arrows missed, and you know, while maybe you don't feel as bad, other than just annoyance, you know, in a regular non-entrance seed,
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, you know, I'm just bleeding time, but you know, here you're actually still bleeding money, and it's not a good feeling. But you know what? That is crystal number 2 down for Jaejo. You know, tied it up with WallKicks. I was
Yeah.
finding interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, I pretty like it. Okay, see, this is why maybe WallKicks is undefeated. You know, he is doing all of the efficiency stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just wait for all of the stuff that we have: flippers,
Yeah.
mirror, hook shot, you know, whatever. Like we're.
I like that he just randomly buys us every time he enters one of those places.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Eastern Big, by the way. It's on the island.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He just finds a key shop. Oh, buy a key.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's so nonchalant. You know, just
Yeah.
cavalier. You know, I don't have to budget anything, right?
Yeah.
I got 300 right outside of the mirror. You know, and bumper ledge. I'm filthy rich. It looks like actually Jaejo's gonna beat WallKicks at least to the light world checks. So nice that we can find the Mimic Cape with the hammer.
Yeah. Catfish never has anything, right?
Never. I don't even know why we're over
No
here.
boots here.
No.
Ice compass, thanks. Oh, there's a
no.
big key.
Oh no, that is.
Oh, there's our last ghost one. Again, nice to have before we get to GT, right? Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you kind of never want to find it, but it's nice that it's there before we ever find GT. I think is a
yeah. You're right. It's definitely one of those keys you want to have before you get to GT. But maybe you know. Oh, Jesus, nice shovel on Zora Ledge. But maybe you know, like it can be. You know, we just know where to find GT. You know, we just want to go find the rest of our go mode items, right? You know, fire rod, maybe that lamp. Pod big, ideally somewhere. That seems to be gonna be one of the more elusive items that we're gonna have to go find.
Yeah, I think we just need to get someone needs to go to Village of Outcasts. I feel like have we not seen Village of Outcasts at this point?
I don't think so, because WallKicks definitely went north. Nice bug nets. With our one bottle. I guess Jaejo already used his potion in Spike Cave.
Just skip the shovel, right? Like don't even bother.
How much are you willing to skip here? It's not exactly like a fast shuffle over here to go get the shovel.
Yeah, it's nothing. Just skip it. It's definitely not our fire rod.
Speaking of though, how do you feel about finding mitts? You know, yay, nay?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nay, because then we gotta do Smith chain.
Yeah, okay. I was actually wondering. Yeah, because we're gonna have some like mislock locations.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Ice is our last crystal, so Eastern and Thiestown are our other 2 pendants. So we are looking for the fire rod.
I always wondered how
and maybe the boots. I mean, because we haven't found a couple entrances yet. So I'm trying to think.
True.
Yeah,
actually, maybe Quake, right? Because we found TR. We found our way up to Dark Death Mountain with TR.
Yeah,
entrance.
maybe. But I think the fire rod is going to be the big one because that unlocks the most. We still need to find those entrances to both Ice and Skullwoods, but
yeah, that's true. We haven't found Ice Palace yet either. Like, I mean, we can't get in certainly still because yeah, you mentioned we need that fire rod like triply. One for Skull, one for Ice Palace, one for Trinex. But yeah, we don't have anything right now to.
This is why Wally wins though, right? He doesn't have the map. He doesn't have knowledge that Thiestown is a pendant, which Jaejo has, and Jaejo's going to put off Thiestown. He doesn't have the big key anyways, but he's going to put it off. And Wally is going to get
progression back here.
Yeah. He's gonna get his boots back here or something.
Yeah. I was actually wondering, like earlier, it's like, WallKicks doesn't ever do map checks. He just kind of waltzes, into places that he can go full clear, right? And somehow he always ends up making the right decision, even if it's a pendant dungeon, right? Maybe he's got it, but he doesn't know it's a pendant dungeon, so.
Oh, he almost made a bad decision. He was gonna go get that key when he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Almost.
But see, the Stalfos is being a bro. Yeah. This is, by the way, CJJO here in Dark Shopping Mall area, you know, and again, like this is where, in this case, you know, buddy walking, or at least not having the pearl when you gotta spit out a laser bridge, is just gonna kind of cost him a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a free take any. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a nice blue potion with us.
Definitely.
Do you think boots? Or do you think we're gonna find boots this seed?
I think we're going to be needed. I think for like
Okay,
one of our
okay.
entrances is going to be boots locked. It was my
I
guess.
certainly hope so. Yeah, you know, boots actually lock a surprisingly larger number of entrances that I maybe initially like realized. You know, just because like there's like the bonk rocks. You know, there's only usually one bonk rocks, right, in
Right.
regular non-entrance. But you know, there's like the bonk rocks behind Link's house. There's a bonk rock behind Dark Link. You know, bomb shop, dude. You know, guy. Like a lot more boots locked in places in this case that you might not think of. There's also King's Tomb. You know, and yeah.
All right, VOO, here we are.
Finally,
we're gonna find
we finally made it over.
GT.
We're gonna find Ice Palace. That would be something new.
But we can't do anything in there.
True. Oh, we also have like we can go do dig game. That's also something.
Yeah.
We can go do Stumpy.
There it
we
is.
have
There's
all.
GT.
Oh
What did
my
I say?
gosh! Yeah, we can.
They should just skip the shovel. You don't need the shovel.
Jaejo does not have the temptation of climbing. Now, but he also might isolate the big chest here. Because he can do everything, right? Left side and right
he
side.
could hit go mode theoretically here, right? Like,
true.
Let's say he finds boots and fire rod, and that's basically just
and
looking for in the pod big, and he's just looking for entrances at that point.
Yeah. Okay, I completely missed what was in Thief's Town Big Chest.
I
assume it was nothing. Okay, all right. Well, so far, I mean, the back of Thief's Town doesn't really look like it's been paying off, and it's not even the green pendant. So, you know, WallKicks is gonna be able to get these checks done, and then go hopefully somewhere else. I think you're right though. Like the fire rod definitely seem to be kind of like the main bottleneck now, you know, for the rest of the seed. You know, it's locking Mocula, it's locking Trinex, it's locking whenever we find Ice Palace. Ooh, Jaejo is going to not do Compass Room.
How would he do Compass Room Clearhouse?
How would he do Compass Room? Doesn't he have the? Oh, you're right. He has no fire. Oh my gosh. Oh, look, I only
you literally
go for
were
one.
saying the words.
I know.
Fire rod is our bottleneck. All right, so Thief's Town was just trash. That's if you're rooting for Jaejo, that's good because
there's always the copium pedestal that we still haven't actually read yet.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of a pretty like far-reaching hope that, you know, pedestals actually in this case kind of like required. Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's not out of the question, right? Because we got the pendants. You know, pod is a crystal. You know, pod big key. I just asked any Days Clouds out there that it can be the bane of, you know, any cross keys career. WallKicks actually, going back for Hera big. Okay, much
yeah,
sooner
he's right here. I mean, it's a stone throw away from where he was. So.
Unfortunately, no lamp, no fire rod, which means I mean, I don't know if he wants us through Hera basement. I mean, it's yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a hotspot either. You know, there certainly seem a lot of progression sometimes being in Hera basement. All right, let's see. Jaejo's going through. The fire snake is nothing. What's in Brando room?
Yeah, so far nothing in GT. I mean, again, we're not missing very much.
Jaejo knows we're not missing very much. WallKicks may not necessarily know.
I think he has an idea though, like.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure he has his theories about like, well, if this is, you know, and WallKicks, you don't go undefeated, you know, in entrance and win, you know, like entrance tournaments and cross keys tournaments, you know, for, you know, without kind of thinking about the different possibilities.
Yeah.
Bomb strat actually is always really cool.
Yeah,
to see.
I love that. Yeah, big fan of that.
We're just gonna slash everything and kill. Right. This is the benefit of having gold sword. You don't actually have to really. I mean, I think it's maybe kind of nice to some extent, right? I know that like certainly, if you're playing the game, you like some more, maybe like some challenge, some interesting. Sometimes though, like you can use your brain power to think about the different things you can do, especially in interest, right? It's more of a puzzle. So you
Yeah.
can just kind of go on autopilot and kill everything in sight. We don't have to thinking about like I'm gonna die or how many more hits do I need? Why isn't this guy dead yet? Oh no, I'm gonna die. All right,
Yeah.
Jaejo though,
Spending those.
big,
Yeah.
yeah, big spender.
All right. 3 items left here. Nothing. Wow.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
Wow.
We are gonna. I think Wally's gonna end up with his second pendant here in Eastern.
Soon.
Do you
Yeah, I guess
think?
ABC's.
Do you think the Thieves Town, like, do you think that weighs on him at all? Like all the time he spent. Oh, here's Skull Woods. All that time he spent in Thieves Town for nothing is kind of. What's his mindset? Does Wally get
I I
just?
mean,
It's
he's a
like whatever.
champion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is it just
I
like
don't
whatever?
know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he's never done a map check, I feel like this feeling is just like par for the course for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. But I think you're absolutely correct though. We are gonna see our second pendant on walking aside. I don't actually know if he knows like the clip. Like I don't think the official name is or anything like, but it's like the Skelly clip, where Skelly was the one who came up with it. But you can basically clip your way into the the exit
Oh,
of Eastern Palace.
fire!
Wow, dude, where is this lamp?
Just north
Where's
of
Vault
VOO.
House?
Oh, in VOO. Yeah.
Yo, dude, that
Where?
was very very accessible.
Yeah. Tell me about this. What's this clip? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so yeah, so like if you want to get the East Mount Bicky chest, like you go all the way around, right, and you exit,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 2 blocks, right, that you like push,
Yeah.
after the door. So you can actually use the hook shot to like clip in, basically bomb yourself or something into like partially into the wall, and then like use the hook shot to clip in. So then you can just go through the door with the small key,
Hmm.
and like with universal small keys, like you can do that in Retrance.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so Skelly was the initial one who found it. I think I don't. Maybe it's more prevalent
Clear
here
mouse.
in
What did I
Reference.
say?
Yes,
Didn't
you're
need the
right. You're
total.
right. You're right. It was a total waste of time and money. Was anything on Stuffy, by the way? I assume no.
No.
Otherwise, we would have gotten more excited.
But now, okay. So if I'm Jaejo and I just got that lamp, I'm like,
Are you going back to
I'm
GT?
going. I'm going like Hera. I'm not going back to GT because he can't climb, and you're looking for the fire rod, so you're not going to do compass room. But I do want to check some of the fire specifically. I think Hera's.
Would you sequence break Skullwoods?
I probably would sequence break schools. Yeah, that one's not
Because
that
I mean,
big of a deal.
well, Jaejo left, right? I mean, and maybe like the lamp isn't, the best item, the best fire item to get, for the back. But I mean, we know it's a crystal, so
I kind of wish that Wally skipped this key. Like, I don't think he needs this key.
yeah, I agree. Man, I don't know if this is muscle memory, but I
Total,
believe
it's
you're correct though.
total
Okay.
muscle memory. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's also kind of one of the benefits of Retrance. Yeah, is because you can actually skip a lot of potkeys that you don't need. I mean, most of them, for the especially like Swamp, right? They're pretty free.
Yeah.
Is like so they're just literally on the way. But yeah, so only like these dark the dark square potkey is very much not free. So. All right, but looks like actually Eastern. I'm sad to say actually. Yeah, like so. Yeah, these are the This hasn't really.
Nothing.
But I mean, maybe with WallKicks is luck. We go find Desert Palace Big Key. We go pull Pen in the back of Skull Woods. Like suddenly we're gonna get pod big.
We've yet to see Skull Woods. We got that Skull Woods big like really early too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Did we check that? Are we checking? Okay. We have 7 items. I don't know if they have auto tracking enabled for items. Maybe. But again, yeah, we definitely haven't been here. Nobody has
No.
a bunny revived out of Skullwoods, but you're right. We got the Skullwoods big key. Like it's one of the, I think
It was like
not even
maybe
like
our
the first big
first.
keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of like the first just items that we got, in the game.
There's our pod key. So we get fire rod go. I mean, ice fire rod and finding ice.
Yeah. Now the entrance go mode is kind of, I mean, on this loadout for equipment, we don't have mids, we don't have boots, like we don't have medallions. It's
Oh
it's
man.
kind of like it's maybe a little bit precarious, but it's very interesting. All right,
So
there
Wally
is.
has all his information now.
Yeah, that's right. He has this
And he
information the
just
hard
cleared
way.
2 pendants for
Oh.
absolutely no value. That's rough. Things have kind of switched here. Like, Jaejo actually is in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, Jaejo, yeah, especially because he has the pendant knowledge. I mean, like he may not go to the like those. They're probably not higher on his priority
Yeah.
list. Now, I wonder actually if Jaejo will, depending on when the guy says how he gets spit out in Skullwoods. I'm wondering if he's willing to check Ped, because that would actually be pretty good knowledge. And then he can go back to, and then he just flew back to Pod, go beat
Yeah.
another dungeon, Crystal Dungeon, that we haven't seen for quite some time.
Yeah, you got 2 checks there.
All right, we're gonna do the easiest game in the room, even easier with Samaria, the normal way. WallKicks is finally gonna be at the top of the pyramid. What else was over here? Something I know. Jaejo found something up here that was notable.
Can't remember what it was. We are gonna get there.
Our pet check. All right, we're here.
Yeah, this could be.
I mean, this could be Wally's like saving grace,
Yeah.
like because he just got all. Oh, right, it's Big Bon here. It was
Outta.
just a heartbeat. You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. WallKicks has done umpteen checks over Jaejo for these pendant dungeons, but it's like nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly what Jaejo needed. It was for those pendant dungeons to be completely empty, and they were. And now he's gonna get his next crystal. I mean, he could have completed Skull Woods while he was there with that lamp too. Or maybe he couldn't go back. I can't remember exactly where it was, but there's no need to. I mean, he's basically fire rod go mode, so it's like no real rush to kill Moth, right?
That's actually probably a good point. Yeah, like Mothula probably can't have anything that would help him really, like immediately. He's already got gold swords, he already got silvers. Probably, well, he I forgot where WallKicks' blue mail was. Maybe Hera. I don't remember. I mean, but he doesn't need that. Like maybe like boost to show up on Mothula. But yeah, like if we already need Fire Rod, you may as well just wait for it. It's only one item back there.
So Wally's now going to get his stuff over here. He's going to get the pod big. He's going to get the lamp. Where was the GT big?
Catfish.
Oh, that could be rough. If Fire Rod is on the top of GT or in the big chest, that's going to be rough.
Because we have a fire source of light torches, because we have the lamp. Oh no. Somehow, I mean, well, again, WallKicks has a very pristine record, especially for tournament games. I mean, but like his route also has been like he doesn't really have any holes, right? He's been pretty thorough, in terms of like area. He doesn't really necessarily go to places that he can't really go easily go back to or combine it later. I mean, but kind of unfortunately on the especially for Jaejo's history for this seed so far, has kind of got him to getting things a little bit later, right? Checkerboard cave, or probably like the glove and the flute a little bit later, just because the moon pearl, right, is a little bit just a little bit later. But you know what Jaejo's gonna get before WallKicks is gonna be this Helmasaur boss and the crystal.
Yeah.
I guess that being said, like we still could. I mean, we don't have Desert Palace Big Key, but the green pendant turning could still be something.
Sure.
Mammals can still have something.
I mean, we really need to find. I think either the boots or the mitts are gonna lock.
Yeah, mitts can certainly lock.
Because I'm trying to think of what haven't we seen as far as entrances go, and I think.
Have we seen all of the 5 item caves? Do you remember? We saw Hype Cave, we saw Blind's Hideout, saw Mini Moldorm very early. Saw Paradox.
Oh, we saw Blind Set. Pyramid. Oh, Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, that because we've got it's Pod and Meyer, and Meyer's clearable now, especially with Jaejo. He's got the
Meyer is clearable. I forgot about Meyer. We have a lamp. Yeah, actually, so I think
I think Jaejo is actually right here, so I think he's gonna do Pod into Meyer here.
Oh, that's great. Okay, double dungeon combo.
Yeah, and those are both the 5-6 dungeons. So
actually, but I think I thought Jaejo. Oh,
Oh
longbows.
no.
That
Yeah,
is.
that's big time right there. So
Oh.
now it's like let's find
Yeah. Let's go after the Rule of Fire. Let's go find Ice Palace. Oh, what do you do? I think that is actually. Well, we need. Well, yeah, we need Ice Palace. I'm just gonna believe that the Fire Rod is in there because I've watched enough entrance seats
mhm.
to know that this is.
Oh,
You know what?
here's
We
ice.
just here's okay.
It's
We apparently have
okay.
found this.
So yeah, I love this play from Jaejo. Yeah, I
Oh,
totally forgot that
dude.
we saw ice so early on. It was right here in Kakariko, right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Holy cow. I
I
mean, you're
really like
talking
this
about.
play.
Yeah, you're talking about like maybe like that. This is WallKicks doing 2 pendant dungeons, kind of like the thing that Jaejo needed. I mean, suddenly Jaejo's looking at a really good spot, right?
Yeah, I mean, if Fire Rod's here, it's go mode, and he's
Mm-hmm.
got a pretty big lead. So
Yeah, because WallKicks still has to go back. He has to do Helma, and he has to go back to Big Chest. I mean, I'm gonna assume that WallKicks is gonna go back and do both of them, right? I mean,
yeah,
certainly the boss, but also the Big Chest. I've seen some people not be willing to go back because it is a very long check,
mhm.
like to go back to Big Chest, especially even the first time into pod, the M time in pod. So, and it's only one item for maybe not enough time difference,
It's gonna be
but
here,
it'll
right?
be.
Fire Rod's here.
Oh, of course. I mean, I believe in the Rule of Fire. Another Phoenix Sprite user has told me that the Rule of Fire is hard, so
Yeah,
it's not a guideline. It's a fact. So I believe him.
surprised while he's killing this guy. He's got 5
Same.
keys.
Same. All right. Well, in this case, does that mean we may not find boots here?
It's possible. I mean,
Well,
if
I
Fire
mean,
Rod's here, then there's no real need to search for him.
I guess yeah. We also found the Ice Palace big key. Right, we found all of the not necessary big keys pretty early. Okay, we have
Yeah.
powder too. Where was Bat?
Yeah,
I'm sure it was somewhere.
powder. Yeah, I don't remember.
This is the pain of no boots. We don't know how to do this
Yeah.
room. The stairs and ice physics are bad. All right, halfway through ice, we don't have.
Oh, Wally's gonna do all of GT now too.
Oh. You think he's? We're just okay. We're just gonna leave. Maybe he'll do it later. But I mean, okay. It could be temporary good news, right? For WallKicks, like to not do GT. Like maybe he'll admit to doing GT anyway because he's got the lamp too, so he could climb. I think maybe he's looking for pod right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. You just got the pod big. If or yeah, you just got the pod big. You can flute here real quick. If it's not here, you can just enter and go right back into GT.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah, and I think he left his portal there too, so it's gonna be pretty convenient.
Man,
I mean,
ice coming up empty.
maybe cold stare, I believe.
Yeah, I do think the lamp is gonna lock the fire rod. It's just where is it? Is it gonna be the top of GT?
Yeah, it could be.
Is it gonna be Hera basement?
Could
Is it
be. I
gonna be
mean,
Meyer left side?
Meyer left side. Oh, I mean, there's no key logic. There's no small key logic. Excuse me. In Meyer anymore, right? You can't wait necessarily for all 3 Meyer smalls. We have all 3 Meyer smalls in the form of they're unlabeled.
The fire rod is not here on Cold Stare, and I'm Jaejo. I'm rushing crystals. So next stop
Yeah, for sure.
is Meyer. There's 3 checks there. I know one of them stinks, but
yeah, and then I think I'm gonna go do Skull Woods too. Like, well, what I do go?
yeah, at this point,
it's
I'm
a
not.
crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I worry about is the top of GT. Yeah, it's not ice.
Wow. I mean, Ice Palace completely. Yeah, completely empty. What happened to the Rule of Fire in Ice Palace? Okay, you know what? We're just relocating to a different dungeon. It's fine.
Right.
I understand.
Rule of Fire is allowed to work other places than ice. It's just the most common.
That's right. Yeah, but Jaejo, yeah, certainly is. I mean, I think he's actually in a very good position. WallKicks is not in a bad position by any means, right?
No,
because
not at all.
he's definitely on his way to go get the rest of the stuff. Like he's maybe like I mean he has Skull done over Jaejo, so that's at least something that Jaejo has to go do. But yeah, they're definitely in a very similar position. WallKicks does not have the rest of GT basement, but as you said, like kind of we're seeing the rest of these dungeons Maybe they don't yield anything. I mean, he's gonna probably end up cleaning the basement just like Jaejo did.
Yeah.
Or did you do actually bad?
This would be rule of fire right here.
Mm-hmm.
Jaejo's really believing in it though.
Oh my gosh. All right, break out the memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, powder into mushroom
Into fire rod.
Yeah.
He
It's
turned it
inverted. You know
in. I
what?
know
It's
we
inverted. All right, I
saw
understand.
where did we saw
Jaejo found the potion shop at some point. I don't
yeah,
remember.
it's like inconvenient though, so I understand
Yeah,
him like
it's pretty
skipping out
far.
on it.
At least we know that nobody could have been tempted to fake powder. You know, that's one thing that was definitely not on the table for anybody.
Is he go? I think he's going to the. Is he? Where's he going?
We found this connector so long ago. Oh, there's a glove locked entrance here for Hookshot Cave. That I guess we never checked.
That's just yeah. I guess I don't understand that. Oh, he knows that there's stuff.
Oh, right. He was here earlier.
But
Yeah,
why
yeah.
isn't he in Meyer? Like, there's 2 fire lock checks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, is this the way back to Meyer? Where was Meyer?
I thought
They
Meyer.
found it pretty
No,
early.
Meyer is in the light world next to Pod.
Maybe he can like hedge his bets a little bit because you mentioned like the Meyer Big Key chest is really slow, so maybe he is like maybe he just find the fire rod outside.
I thought Meyer was over by Pod. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I guess I'm wrong.
Samaria was over.
Oh,
at the
never
50
mind.
Rupee Cave.
Disregard
But
everything
we're
I've
just
been
gonna...
talking about. Yeah, this is
Oh,
clearly
we're
the right play.
here.
Yep.
Eastern is over by... Right. Yeah.
No, I think isn't there? Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of where Samaria was.
Oh yeah, for the 50 Rupee Cave entrance.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
with
what I was thinking
checkerboard.
it was.
Yeah.
Yep. My mistake.
Meyer 2. No. It's all good. Meyer 2 is always super awkward without boots. Okay, here we go.
For sure.
With the lamp. Let's go see what our 2 fire locked stuff is.
Yeah.
Oh, suddenly it's actually things being a little bit tense. I mean, so WallKicks is basically in the same position, right? And like I said, WallKicks has Skull was done over Jaejo. I mean, basically we're just gonna go over like WallKicks is gonna go straight back over to do Meyer right after. He's already done kind of the overworld stuff that Jaejo's already backtracked a little bit for. So right now it's just kind of in this case wondering, is WallKicks gonna give back some of the time that Jaejo did GT basement? Because if Meyer also turns up empty and there's no fire rod, WallKicks has a very he has a 27 check dungeon just ready to go for him.
Right.
Sorry, 26. We don't have the boots.
Boots, yeah. -4 on compass side.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's got the big key, which means you could climb, which is also fire locked.
Yeah, exactly. At least we don't have to do right side. Yeah. It seems to be mentioned by -4. No compass chest. No free key. Also, I'm sure they don't need it at this point.
Right.
And the conveyor cross star pits pot key or whatever that thing is called.
All right, is the fire rod in Misery Meyer?
We got one more. We got one check here. One on the boss.
The answer is not yet.
We need fire to light the fuses. It's a little weak.
And then because Jaejo doesn't have the GT big, which is that catfish, which is a very terrible check for him.
Mm-hmm.
Does he start? Then he starts going into pendant dungeons, and then starts giving back time to Wally, right?
Oh yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. Because right now Jaejo has successfully avoided. I mean, mine is the front of Thieves Town, but he also just noped out of Eastern right when he found it. Not that he'd had the pearl anyway to begin with, but yeah, Eastern's a 6-item dungeon that is fully clearable to him, and I guess he can even save a little bit of time if he wanted to not even catch the pendant because he already red ped.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't turn in the mushroom.
That is something also in Ice Palace. Yeah, I mean maybe he'll do that, after Meyer, right? I mean, right now,
yeah,
after those crystals, maybe he could use Skulls to do some thinking time, or maybe feeling a little bit, more of an acceptance of what he's gonna do after that, after he runs out of the good checks.
What's good is we have a game, right? Like it
100%. Oh
was
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
in WallKicks' favor early on, but
Yeah, but I
his
mean,
lack
like
of
two.
maps and just start clearing pendants for no
That's
value
right.
is kind of caught up to him a little bit here. And now we have the answer of the fire rod being in Meyer. The answer is no.
No fire rod in Meyer. Okay, what are we doing next, Jaejo? Probably Skull.
Yeah, here
Well,
comes
actually,
GT for
wow. Okay, so WallKicks actually not gonna believe that fire locked Meyer is gonna have anything. I mean, he's right.
It's it's 3 checks over 20 some odd checks, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here comes the mushroom turn in, which again is fire lock.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, this is, yeah. I mean, okay. The best scenario for both Jaejo and WallKicks is that the fire rod is gonna come immediately. Like the fire rod could still be pretty buried. Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't have myths, we don't have boots, we don't have quake. I mean, there are entrances, that are still locked that could have, I think, items. But I think, but the chances, man, the chances of the fire rod being kind of in the climb, though, I think is actually pretty good, considering all this other stuff that we've already seen, from both
Percentage-wise,
WallKicks and
yeah.
Jaejo.
Yeah, for sure. A shield is behind it. Oh, what's behind it? I think Lumberjack.
We already saw Lumberjack. I thought it was a shield, right? Or the one behind Aga 1? Because there was a shield back there and
Oh,
something
was it
checked.
something? Okay, it's not the mushroom.
Oh my gosh. More bombs, more bombs. All these bombs that are fire locked.
I want to see Hera basement is what I want to see.
Oh, you're right. Hera basement could strike again. Well, okay, Jaejo at least is only single dipped Hera.
Eastern?
This is probably Eastern. Yeah, because Eastern's definitely Dark World here.
Yeah, this is Eastern. All right, so this is where Jaejo starts giving Mac some of that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the fact that Walk is already here, and man, and it's unfortunate that Jaejo can't really come here with slightly better equipment. I mean, by slightly, the only real thing he can come here with is boots, right? That could save him some good time. But it basically is going to be the exact same amount. Oh, actually, you know what? No. A WallKick is her. Jaejo can actually skip, as we talked about, Dark Square Pucky. Save himself a little bit of extra time, because I think at this point you probably don't need that many more small keys.
Yeah.
At this point. I mean, and that's not insignificant in a dungeon. I mean, in general, but also that in Eastern Palace, that is one of the benefits of Retrance, is that you don't have to do that.
All right, a new check here coming up. Is it the big chest?
Oh my gosh, this would be cruel. It's just a boomerang, okay? But I mean, there is still the climb. I'm gonna assume that WallKicks is gonna do the climb.
WallKicks has got to do the climb, right? I guess you're choosing Meyer or the climb. I don't know. I feel like
yeah, but you're right though. Meyer is only 2 checks, and it's super slow. You gotta, it's maybe he's willing to make this time investment, right? Because I'm sure he wants the crystal, right? But are you really gonna go back and triple dip Meyer? Are you gonna go back and triple dip Hera? I mean, well, at least Jaejo's only a single dip Hera, so at least it'll be. But yeah, we actually see that WallKicks actually being a little bit more conservative with his money. It was also kind of the nice thing when one of the benefits of when Fast Realm kind of came about. Like I think actually Retrance became a lot. WallKicks not climbing, by the way. Oh wow.
I mean, he's got a crystal that he can do.
Oh, maybe he was willing to do the basement then. Okay. Maybe this was like a hedge, right? And in that, yeah, he has a crystal to do. He can, if it was just in like a high density GT basement location, then we're all set. We can skip left side Meyer, but maybe he's not interested. But now he can more comfortably mentally accept this.
I think at this point he has to do all of Meyer. And Armalek's pointing out, now you can just flute back to CAC and go right back up.
Right, yeah.
So good routing.
WallKicks, WallKicks is a champ. Yeah, but we're gonna see in this case, like the one thing right now that WallKicks has over Jeju is that GT big key, and I mean it is in a horrendous spot. Like I mean, forget about like the actual routing. There's no good way to ever route a catfish. In entrance and non-entrance, it's just a terrible location. Kind of more isolated for Jeju, more so just because we've already kind of done the Zora area. I don't know if he has really any intentions of going over to North Dark World. I mean, maybe it's okay, but I mean, also the GT Big Key could just lead to nothing. The GT Big Chest was already kind of not good. But I guess we're gonna see what WallKicks decides to do after this, because he is going to have run out of quote-unquote good checks in order to do. Not that Meyer left side wasn't considered a good check, but I mean, at least it was something that was logical and, in the dungeon that he's in. Yes, Rich. Jeju checked the shovel. It was just a small key. See, one of the things that is really nice to have Fear on commentary for is that, like, whatever he calls out, he's just always right. And he calls, he's like, just skip the shovel, And we're on Zora Ledge,
I can
like,
only do that one on commentary, though. It's like a power that can only be used for evil, because I can never use it
for evil.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you want to help out Jeju a bit,
Sure, yeah, but he can't hear me, and that's the problem.
That's true. That's also very true.
Did Wally skip left side?
No. Oh, yes. You know what? I was gonna say no, but we can very clearly see from the Meyer to the compass to Meyer that he 100% has skipped left side.
I think it makes sense. I mean, he can if it's on the way to the back, right? He's got to do the boss anyways. He doesn't have to hit the switch, so it saves it's a little bit of transition. If it's here, he doesn't have to do left side. If it's here, he also feels bad because he could have done it a long time ago. But he is using silver. Is interesting.
Yeah, actually. So he maybe. Oh, I could just like feel the little like flies going out of my wallet every single time somebody misses a silver arrow. It's like so painful. Yeah, maybe that's why he.
I think this is Thieves Town, but I really wish Jeju would do Hera Basement before Thieves Town.
Oh, that's such a hard ask, though. I mean,
it is.
I mean,
it's easy to ask from commentary position. It's tough to ask when you have the controller in your hand. Oh, he doesn't have the Thieves Town big. Oh, so this is basement. Excellent.
Wow. Okay. Well, and WallKicks is going in. All right. So this is suddenly we're going to see in this case if the Hera Basement is going to be the winner of the seed.
Where there is was the Thieves Town big?
Thinking. It was from at least like 40 minutes ago.
yeah, for sure.
This would also be Firelock Fire.
Yeah,
so.
If it's not here, then I think it's the climb.
Oh, I guess we didn't maybe want a coffee break anyway. It's fine. It's pretty late at night. We don't need any more caffeinated beverages. We gotta sleep like a baby tonight. Pod entrance was Hype Cave that I remember. Hyrule Castle I thought was empty. There wasn't, at least that's what I remember. I don't remember anything notable there. So maybe Dark Potion Shop? Yeah, there was also another kind of like a copium spike moment for Jeju, right? He had isolate pod entrance. We saw WallKicks find it super early.
It's gonna be here.
Luckily, there's nothing here.
It's not here.
It's 50 rupees.
Oh no.
Oh,
that's bad.
Oh, that is definitely another copium spike for Jeju.
Because I think WallKicks climbs after this, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be our answer.
Yeah, right now, yeah, and that's something that WallKicks can do that Jeju can't. And of course, I know both runners are smart enough to not have to do right side GT because, as Fear also aptly pointed out, it is Fire Rock, so right. we're not gonna go find anything in there.
Man, all of the Jeju had a lot of outs, kind of
Yeah,
based on the early
yeah.
game, and none of them worked. Just none of them. Oh, Wally not going to GT.
What was over here? Has he done any of the overworld
I
stuff?
think this might be the Big Bomb. No, not the
Big
Big
Bomb is at Pyramid. Like, Pyramid, sorry, Aga Tower. So if he wants to do Big Bomb, it wouldn't be, like, he would just walk up there or take the Sun Connector up there. Yeah, I mean, is
there a
this all
connector up
overworld?
there? This is Shovel.
Oh, right. Okay, good point. Right. Stumpy, Shovel. Did he do the game?
He's already done. Yeah, he's done all of this.
Okay,
Oh, he hasn't
okay.
done Stumpy. Wow.
Nice. Hour 45 Stumpy
Yeah.
check.
Maybe he hasn't done Dig Game. No, I'm pretty sure he did Dig Game.
I know Jaejo has done Dig Game, and it was actually a lot of digs for 300, but it's kind of hard to tell, like, because, you know, with at least, like, money spent, everyone's bought a different number of keys, and, you know, it just spent, like, different amounts of money.
He has not done Dig Game. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I guess he's just never been over here in the...
I
guess
he came out. Yeah, I guess...
Maybe he didn't have the Pearl. That's...
I thought he mirrored and did the race games left side. Maybe not. I don't know.
Jaejo, wow. I mean, not even bother to just pick up the 300.
Yeah, it's a little
Can't afford the extra, like, 2-second fanfare.
There's
Okay, you know what?
Town.
Yeah, that's right. It's here. Oh no. Well,
yeah.
We're probably gonna give some time back. Yeah. to Jaejo or to WallKicks. All right. Okay. Both rejecting their simultaneous collective 300.
I'd still take
not gonna
money.
bother.
Take
yeah.
A little cash.
It's probably worth like the 2-second fanfare, you know.
Yeah.
And again, you know, what else does WallKicks have to do? He's, you know, I guess he doesn't have enough money for Ganon, which is like 200, maybe 250 for, you know, shooting too many arrows. Maybe is that it though? Yeah, this fire rod is so. But I'm also kind of curious now, right? Because, you know, again, we're also still missing myths, which also lock a lot, you know, a good number of checks. We're also missing boots, also locking a number of, you know, entrances. It doesn't, like, the fire rod doesn't have to show up immediately.
Right, it could be an item that leads to another item.
I mean, like, so okay, I'm always happy to see the boots, right? Regardless, in this case, you have, you know, you open up, you know, 5 or 6 more, and you know, things you got to go do in different courses of the world. However, you know, like, I don't want to see myths right now. I don't want to go scour the rest of the world just by continuously walking. Remember when we said maybe they can find boosts before the 2-hour mark? Wouldn't that be kind of nice?
They still might. I think this should seal it. I think, because I'm pretty sure whatever leads to the fire rod is up here.
Yeah, I think we're kind of just running out of stuff to do, because I mean, well, WallKicks doesn't display any type of like map tracker. I'm sure he keeps track of things by himself, but yeah, I'm just trying to like think if there was something else that he has not actually done at this point. You know, he has been very thorough. He has
very thorough.
Not, yeah, he hasn't really left any holes in his routing either. You know, so. Oh, sorry, he has an Hera basement, but maybe, you know, maybe WallKicks subscribes to the, you know, Hera has no basement mentality, which, you know, it's not uncommon.
Right. Again, it's a one check. It takes how long, you know, so long to check, or 5 checks that take, you know, 3 times as long, but you're doing more checks.
But it's 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's just this. It really felt like things were kind of like turning back Jaejo's way with WallKicks doing Thiestown and Eastern for no value, but now since the fire rod hasn't shown up, it's just now that efficiency of routing that WallKicks did early on is sort of paying off.
Yeah, and I mean, when you talk about isolated locations, I mean, like, if you lose because of catfish, I don't really think anybody feels, you know, I mean, no one ever obviously likes to lose, right? But I mean, like, you lose something that's on catfish, you probably don't feel as bad just because it's a terrible location to be in. But yeah,
I think you still feel bad because everyone hates catfish.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. WallKicks.
You know, it'd be a
he's not.
benefit right here. That $300 for
Yeah,
silver arrows.
that's a great point. Yeah, actually, it's exactly 300, right? For 6 silver arrow shots for Lambo.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, not 6. I guess. Sorry, it's only 3. But yeah. But I mean, we got a lot of extra options for us. Money is very fungible here in Retrance, right? It can be used as ammunition. It can be used for potions. It can be used for bribe. I mean, persuasive arguments, for people.
Can you bribe people in Hyrule?
That's a good question. I think maybe the answer is no. Maybe it depends on the definition of bribe, and that if you do consider any type of financial transaction, to be a bribe, maybe. But I'm thinking that you probably can't haggle in Hyrule.
I don't know what item caves we have left either. Like, Pyramid's been open for a while. I don't know if Jaejo does that before Catfish. That could be an out.
Oh, yeah. I know we found at least one of the 2 item caves, and we find both of them. They all kind of look similar. Especially if it comes earlier. Like, we're just like, oh, okay, not sure. Okay, Jaejo at least knows it's not pending.
Yeah,
Save a little some extra time. Yep. Yeah. All right, what's up here? Finally, WallKicks getting all the keys. Half magic. Okay.
A heart piece.
Well, we already have 20.
The Retrance classic of 20.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna take the detour for a red item that's not fire.
Not really rushing to that that check there. All right.
Yeah, so any type of red would be pretty happy with.
Jaejo's gonna get the catfish check before he does the pyramid. Again, I don't know if there's any item caves even available left. There it is.
Oh my gosh! All right, well,
fire locked fire.
Yeah, holy cow! What a terrible location for this fire.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, man. So I think actually the race against late bid with Jaejo, I think Jaejo also said he completely last located the climb, and I don't remember. Was Fire up there as well? Like, because I know that he was searching for both rods at the end, and then then he found Fire Rod pretty late, and then a Fire Rod locked Ice Rod. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, I'm sorry, Jaejo. Like, that's that's awful. You have to experience it twice.
Yeah, this is a tough seed to beat WallKicks in because he is so good at routing, and I mean we just saw that like this entire seed his routing was just super efficient, and he didn't really skip anything, and it paid off because Jaejo kind of left isolated checks, one of them being the GT big, and now is going to last locate the climb.
Yeah, and it was just kind of unfortunate sequencing of items, right? Like, so Jaejo found Dark Death Mountain first, right? And then I mean he didn't obviously see the glove on Floating Island. He might have actually rushed more so.
Yep.
Like,
but even after he saw it, he didn't rush.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but right, and then like kind of this case, like the glove kind of led to some pretty important things, like Pearl and Samaria. I mean, at least he kind of like got to those, right? But also like without the Pearl, because he got to it so late, he did a lot more bunny walking. I'm sure he didn't feel great finding David pod entrance that he couldn't get to as a bunny. He got spit out of Dark Shopping Mall without the Pearl, and getting through, to kill the catfish. When do you actually go do that, right? But I mean, this was something that if he physically did not have the option to climb GT,
right? Yeah, that's and Jaejo. I mean, up until it was GT, Jaejo was looking actually pretty good.
Oh heck yeah!
That just shows you the pain that is rando.
At least he's rushing as fast as he could, hold down and.
Yeah, but he's gonna check the big chest now.
Oh no! No! Now, in theory, would you actually? This is probably still faster. I'm just trying to think. Like, normally you go to left side because you're maybe trying to save some magic, and you already opened all the chests, so maybe it's okay. But I just
should WallKicks go back to GT and do the right side to get his boots?
Yes. Don't we wish we can get a boots hint if we can't get a silvers hint? I would really like to see that. I would maybe just more copium. It's like I was just there. It's like maybe you skipped Terra Big Chest, right? You skipped Eastern Big Chest, and you're just like, oh, I could have had boots. I understand.
think
Yeah.
WallKicks angry, just tanking all this damage. Just I
Yeah.
don't even care. You can't hurt me enough, Ganon.
I'm trying to think how WallKicks felt about the seed, throughout. Like, yeah, he did do, two pendant dungeons for absolutely nothing, right? And because I mean, he didn't personally know also because they were pendant dungeons. But I mean, like overall, you said before, like his routing, worked out very, very well for him, and also he was just very efficient. So as
Yeah.
soon as Ganon stops moving, we're gonna be able to try and finish this game. I
Nice
like
to
how
set up here.
he maybe thought, oh, almost a triple.
Almost.
It's okay. That's why we bring extra money.
That is going to do it. Get your GGs in chat for WallKicks. Still undefeated in the Retrance ladder
Yeah,
for
I
this
mean,
season
this
and
is
tournament. Pretty impressive.
it is. I mean, like you talk like rando, like yeah, like usually you still have like, your favorites, right? Wall kicks. Certainly among somebody, the people who has their reputation precedes them, right? You do not want to mess with him. He obviously has a lot of titles, so he's very accomplished. But still, like to go like to have this kind of streak in rando, like it's actually it's very very difficult to do, right? Always something could go not your way, right? You don't check a location, you check location too late from your opponent, etc. But I mean, WallKicks is continuing his X and O record, 13-0. Hello, WallKicks, GG's.
Hello, GG's.
So when you finished Eastern and you had your two pendants, what how are you feeling at that point?
Um, not still not terrible. Like the Thieves Town play, yeah, whatever.
Right,
I
you
don't
didn't
even
know the information, right? Yeah.
didn't know the information. I didn't know the information for Eastern either. But like it was a little unfortunate that both of those ended up being pendants. But even still, like I think at that point I was still only Fire Rod and Pod Big for Go mode. So like I still didn't feel too terrible. Getting the Pod Big and the lamp in the village, I think felt a little bit more
Mm,
bad
yeah.
because like at that point I'd kind of committed to making that area kind of my last group of entrances, and had I done that first, who knows, maybe I don't go to the pod area at all. As it turns out, the GT Big was on Catfish, so being in that area
Yep.
was beneficial anyways.
Yeah, what really won this for you was your thoroughness. Your routing, you just surprise, surprise, you're good at routing, and you routed this really, really well. And Jaejo just because his early game wasn't as good, like he didn't go back to the glove right away,
Hmm.
and things just he kind of had to go back and forth a little bit. And after you did Thieves Town and Eastern, there was potential for him to snatch this by getting to Pod and Ice and all those places
Hmm.
first, because he didn't do those pendant dungeons. And if Fire Rod's there, then he's able to score the victory. But
Oh yeah.
Thief, but the GT Big was he literally just got it like
Oh
2 minutes
no.
ago. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a catfish is never fun, and
yeah,
like you said, I mean, this seed kind of really allowed me to be thorough. Sequence breaking the hammer before Moon Pearl felt really nice.
yeah. I bet. Yeah.
um, and then yeah, just everything else was just kind of falling into place. When I found GT, it was a little awkward because I'm like, well, like I want to hold on to this portal because getting back here isn't the best.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's like, but I want to clear pod. I held off on Meyer until I had a fire source because I knew everything in that dungeon was fire source locked because the Meyer big was lamp locked. So I
Right.
specifically held off on doing Meyer until I had one of fire rod or lamp. Um,
Yep.
and so like both of those are kind of still on top of my mind when I found GT. And I'm like, I don't want to do left side right now when I can just pop, because at that point I was fire rod go.
Yep.
Um, so I was like, let me hold off on it for a little bit. Got Bombos out of
Right.
pod, so that I was like, all right, well now I have to do ice because it's right here.
Yep.
So it just in the end, it was just being thorough, and it definitely worked out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Armalex pointed out one of the funny things about you being such an entrance player is you have glove, pearl, hammer, and you could flute. You could just flute to 3 and go to the dark world, but instead you took a long connect to get back to GT. I just thought that was kind of funny.
In my head it felt faster to go that way as
I
opposed to
don't
walking all the way, like
I don't
if I
know which
had
is faster. It's
mids.
just funny. It was just
like,
funny.
like if I had mids, sure, taking the CAG
Sure.
portal is faster, but like with just hammer glove I got to go up into the Got to go into the forest, then hit the portal, then slash all the bushes. I don't know which was faster. To me, that felt faster.
I don't know, but it's just funny. We
Yeah,
are
for
joined
sure.
by Jaejo. GG's, dude.
Yo, GG's, Jaejo.
Hey, GG's.
Hard fought seed.
Yeah, so
If
was the fire rod on the climb?
yes, it's well done to
Sorry.
you.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Okay, so
you
it's actually kind of funny because in my race yesterday with late bit, the fire rod was up there, and I even said that at the end of that race that there was going to be something up there today too.
yeah, you
Just
just
I
you
didn't
got
have
to
that GT
catfish
big
late.
key.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there was a time there where you were well ahead because WallKicks mentioned this. I did Thieves Town and Eastern, not knowing if there were crystals or pendants yet, and got nothing. Like they were completely empty, and you had the knowledge of, but didn't go in, and kind of got to Ice Palace first, and rule of fire, go, you follow it, and it ended up being true. It just was in the one fire spot that you couldn't get to because of the routing there. But
yeah.
how did you feel about everything as it was going?
Well, I was actually pretty nervous for the first little bit, and the bane of my existence is a Sphere One mirror. So I had
Mm,
already found the hookshot connector to Death Mountain, and
yeah,
I
we were
found the mirror
surprised you didn't
immediately
go back
after.
there like almost right away, um, because you found it, and it was really punishing because the glove was there.
Yeah. Yeah, then I found that other connector into Misery Mire, and I didn't have the glove, so I couldn't get
Right.
to
Yeah.
checkerboard.
Yeah.
So
All
it
those
wasn't
things added
until
up for sure.
yeah, it wasn't until a lot later when I had a bottle out of Logic. I was like, hey, I can finally go back for checkerboard and then visit Sick Kid on the other side of another connector. And that's when Moon Pro was there, and it's about the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Admittedly, Sick Kid scared the crap out of me this seed because like, when am I ever gonna go back there?
Right. Yeah. And it's literally the only thing that you have, and no
Yeah,
myth. You got to go through a connector to get there for sure.
yeah. It was never good.
Yeah, all the bottles were in the Dark World too.
Sounds
I,
correct.
yeah, I don't remember that were any that were early.
It's certainly not as early as you guys found Sick Kid. I think the first bottle for both of you was on Laser Bridge. And that was also sequence broken too, right? If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Yeah. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had the hammer a lot earlier than the Moon Pearl.
Yo, same.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So, WallKicks, you're already advanced. You're for sure advancing.
Free and clear.
Yeah. And you're in the 3-0 group. JJo, you're gonna have to fight it out here against who's in your group, Specs and Late Bit. How you feeling about that?
This is what the viewers want, actually. So,
yes, you should always do what your viewers or Twitch chat wants. That has never steered anybody wrong.
so I
Let's
think
seriously go
everybody in our group was just ready to get all these matches done because we want to get the races in. So our group is completely done now, and
Hmm.
now that the dust is settled, it's like we have there's one more thing that we have to do. So
It is
it gives all of us a chance. It's going to be
it's
awful.
it's
There's
awful
going
and
to be
awesome at the
gambles.
same time, right? Like,
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of locating. Should be a lot of fun.
yeah.
Maybe you think it'll be the third time you'll have something on the GT climb. Maybe the fire rod. Now you'll
Oh
know,
yeah,
Yeah.
right? Certainly,
Right.
it's happened twice now. It will, you'll know what to do for the third time.
fourth time actually. My
Fourth
race
time.
against Specs, it wasn't the fire rod, but the a required pod big key was up there, and we both last located it, and Specs beat me by a couple of minutes there.
Mm. I really
So
thought
he,
Hera Basement was gonna have it too, by the way.
Another scary check, but
Yeah.
it's still like not something I would have been able to get to early. So I wasn't freaking out about it.
Right. And at that point for you, the climb made the most sense too. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, realistically, I have Para Basement, Sick Kid Spike Cave, GT Tile Room, and Powder, and that's it. And two entrances.
Oh yeah, and powder led to the mushroom, by the way. So that would have been
Nice,
an extra check
nice,
there.
but no mitts, no boots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
What are
are
Sure.
these
those
things?
boots?
Like, where
Boots?
are these things? What do we have left?
Not much. I mean, if I'm looking at my entrant or my cave tracker, I don't recall if I had seen Cave 45, but I for sure hadn't seen Chess Game Hammer Pegs or King's Tomb.
I
It's
did
also
see
right side
K45
GT,
somewhere.
right?
Okay, yeah, I was thinking I might have seen K45.
Yeah, K45 was early. Yeah, I guess it'd be right side GT because that's Fire Rod locks. You guys didn't go.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe everything's just there. Yeah, Fear was even saying at the end, like maybe you think WallKicks will go back to GT right side to go get his boots. I mean,
Sure, let me go get my boots.
Well, GG's WallKicks. Good
Yeah,
luck on the
GG's,
next
thank you.
round. Maybe you just never lose again. That's maybe
There's gonna be a
Yeah.
loss in there at some point. Like, no, I'm not I'm not that good enough to, not run into like Telthar who, gives me a buzzsaw, or I beat Specs by 20 seconds. Simple, like it could have easily have gone the other way. There's no way I'm running through this undefeated.
I got my money in Vegas on the on
All
WallKicks
right.
undefeated
Well,
run.
all right. Now I have to do it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
everyone.
for sure. Jaejo, good luck on your
Yeah,
three-way
definitely good
race
luck.
coming up, and GG's for today as well.
Yeah, thanks. So we'll need to get this scheduled. So I'm not sure when that's going to be, but hopefully it'll be at a time when there could be another restream for that. Although it'd
Yeah,
be
that'd be
interesting
awesome.
for a three-way setup.
Just
But I
have
bet
three
Dunka
screens on there.
is
Yeah,
prepared for this. So,
we got it covered. Shouts to Dunka for putting this whole thing on. Appreciate him restreaming this, and of course putting on the Invitational and running the ladder and all that he does. Clear Mouse, thanks for dragging me out here to do some commentary for his hype race.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much, Fear. Your presence is always welcome.
Shout out to our trackers, Jaejo and WallKicks. We appreciate them doing all the tracking for us today.
Especially WallKicks. Well, Jaejo, I know that you probably got a little bit more technical assistance with your tracker, but WallKicks, he's doing actually the
Clicking the buttons. Yeah, actually clicking the buttons.
I definitely made a concentrated effort to be better about clicking buttons.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
I think that's gonna do it. Clear Mouse, give you the last word.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you again. Yeah, thank you, Jaejo and WallKicks. It was an absolute blast watching it, despite it being a boostless seed. You still managed to finish under 2 hours, which is actually in the minority of finish times so far in these latter Retrance Invitational seeds. So I don't really know what Dunka has been cooking with Sick Kid, but I think still big congrats to both of you. Absolute fun time still. Thank you so much, Fear, for doing this again. It's always a pleasure to be able to do this with you. Always looking forward to the next time as well. And of course, thank you, Dunka. You have a new challenge ahead of you. Somehow making a three-way race happen. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. As Dungeon mentioned, tomorrow there will be a 7 p.m. Eastern time between Zelga and Sheffy. So that's a Group D match. I think the second or third match. I think on the thing. Zelga's second match for sure. I think Sheffy's also second match. So definitely getting some good results there. But it should be a lot of fun. But until then, have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.